Yeah, just as a recap, so your squad, after returning from a mission on, I think, Lokori, you were recalled back to your command ship, or the ship you were stationed to, and you were sent ahead as sort of a scouting force, spec ops team to go to Murkhana, clear out a defensive battery, and then your mission control officer, Captain Cavanaugh, sent you a new set of orders, which I will pull up. Or actually, did I have that as a handout? I don't think I did. Um, but basically, she gave you orders saying that there is a separatist council member supposedly on the planet, holed up in a palace outside of town. Outside of a town, and your new set of orders are to go there and bring him in alive. So, you are currently at the shield generator, or like in the area, and I believe you were heading back to your shuttle. Um, the question is, are you going to fly there? Okay, well, I'm assuming you're going to fly there. The question is, are you going to land close to the facility, basically like sort of like a shock and awe, sort of like straight like head-on assault kind of tactic, or are you going to land outside of the palace and proceed in on foot like you did with this?
It'd probably be better if we just like flew and touched down outside the palace, just so we have some element of surprise.
Yeah, I think that does sound like a good idea.
Just a
Do we
little
have
bit.
anyone who's... Sorry, Marty, what were you about to say?
I said just a little bit
Um,
of surprise would be nice.
who's the person who's got sniping capability? Because I
That
think I
would
recall
be
I had...
that would be Astron's character Jackal, but he's not here right now. He's the sniper.
Okay. But if we were to say we did land outside the palace, could we just say that we... Oh no, we still need Astron to roll to be able to say what he sees.
Well, I mean, I
Damn.
could I could roll from his sheet.
Yeah, because we could. Yeah, because we could always go ahead and just get an idea of what exactly we're dealing with outside the palace, and see if for some reason there's an alternative route to be able to get into the palace.
Okay, well, what I'll
Do we
do
have
then,
info on that?
info on what?
If this place that we're trying to get into has a back door, because well, not everything has a one-way entry. There's always a back door.
Um, so that is a good question. The palace, you would have intel that, like, basically I would say, like, if at least one of you has like a data pad of some kind. Um, I don't know. I'm assuming Mel does. Let me just check. Yep,
Yep, I have.
Mel. Yep. So you have a data pad. So basically, Captain Cavanaugh would transmit um, a set of like schematics of the palace, like basically like a holographic like 3D view. There is a so the front entranceway. There's like a fancy pathway up to the thing, but then there's also a landing pad in the back, which leads to a rear entrance. So basically, there's a front entrance and a back entrance. The blueprints or like the holographic display don't like it doesn't show any hostiles. Like it doesn't show any like enemies or like sentients or droids or anything outside or inside. It just shows you the layout of the place.
Okay, great. Excuse me.
Hmm.
I guess my suggestion would be perhaps we go in through perhaps the back door and you know, we deal with what we deal with as we come upon it, like we usually do. Right, squad?
Um,
Yes.
I'm guessing we're a little bit too far away from those what what were those cannons that we were using from the last session?
The proton cannons, the
Um,
J1s.
yes. I'm guessing we're too far away to go ahead and set up those proton cannons to fire maybe at the actual front entrance area of the palace, I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
it's way too far. Like basically the
Okay.
proton cannons. Um, they're mainly designed as like anti-air and anti-ship batteries.
Okay.
Like that's why they were set up outside the shield generator, is like in case like Republic aircraft tried flying in to destroy the shield generator, then they were prepared. So
Okay. What's actually on this this typhoon transport ship that we have? Have we got anything that could fire like mortar shots at the location?
you have 2 sets of laser cannons, but no like heavy artillery.
Damn. Do we have clear line of sight from where we are to be able to just set up those turrets to fire by themselves down there, or would that be impossible?
That from your current elevation and the distance, I would say no.
Okay, well
Because
there
they're
goes
not
that
like long
all the.
range howitzers. They're basically like sort of
Oh,
precision
then it's
anti-ship
not to
batteries.
intentionally try to hit something. It's just to go ahead and set up and have it so that it sort of shifts location due to the kickback to go ahead and go to a different spot as firing, and it's just to go ahead and cause a distraction while we go through the back door. So it wasn't intended to shoot at anyone. It's just more to draw their attention to that location.
Right. Well, I'm just saying that you wouldn't have the range to do that.
No, that's fine. So, okay, back door it is, and no actual distractions. Okay.
I mean, don't worry about it, man. You'll be able to blow things up with our
Oh,
with their laser guns soon enough. It's just isn't the time.
oh, I was just more thinking about the fact that we could just have someone something to keep these guys at the front distracted while we come through the back and, well, really stick them a new one. It's
Hmm.
almost like having those annual little examinations that some people usually have, and some people a little bit squirmish to go ahead and have them done from the rear.
Oh my
I
god.
wasn't expecting that to be brought up in conversation, but moving on.
And
What
What?
shot doesn't? Well, she's a
Down under.
they're medic. What do you
It, j-
expect them to go ahead and do? Turn around and say, "Well, let's go ahead and open your mouth to see how bad your tonsils are." Hey.
it just your character says that sentence and it just gets real quiet in the shuttle. Like, okay, that was awkward.
And it's
I don't
like,
think now's the time
what?
for a prostate exam.
And just when it couldn't get any more awkward. But so anyway, so you guys are going to, so you're landing outside the palace. You're landing from the like backside. Yeah. Okay. Poor choice of words. I know, but
You think?
Yeah, we're
Hey, it goes well with the conversation we just had.
I think that's the problem.
yeah.
so
We'll go in from the
okay.
back.
Yeah. So
It still does go bad.
so
You
anyway.
want to scout around and see if we can get a view of the back first?
do a a deep insertion from the rear, landing it from behind.
Oh yeah.
Please don't make me laugh too hard. My ribs are hurting.
Anyway, so okay, so you guys are
This is
gonna.
so asinine.
So anyway, so you guys, so you fly in outside of
side.
the palace. I assume you're going to send. You said you were going to send Jacqueline first to scout it out.
Yeah, just to scout out to see how see what we've got as an ambush that might be a problem.
Okay, well Jacqueline, he's going to do like a like what is it? Perception, looking through his sniper rifle scope to see what he sees. So I'm gonna do a what is it? Where's perception on this fucking sheet? There it is. Does anybody have a cunning higher than 3?
Let me see. No, I've only got 2.
Yeah, I have 3 cunning.
Okay,
Just
so he
I
is
got
I'm at
3.
it.
Okay, so if anybody wants to give him a boost, like an assist, does anybody have actually? Another question: does anybody have more than one rank of perception?
Perception.
I just
I've
have
only
one
got
rank.
2.
You have two.
Perception.
I've got 2.
Okay,
I've
so
got 2
I've
greens.
got 3. Wait, no.
well,
I got three greens.
okay. Well, let me rephrase. Does
Apologies.
anybody have more than one yellow for perception?
No.
Okay, so he's going to roll, and I'll say the difficulty would probably be from the distance of extreme. I would say that's probably going to be. Well, no, I'll say like long range. I'll have it three purple. Is anybody going to give him a boost, like assist, to look around?
I'll give him an
Okay.
assist.
Yeah, same here.
All right. Well, it's only one person can. Okay. Uh, Advantages, because it was more or less your guys' idea as a group, so he doesn't see any enemies, but he gets one advantage. So,
Mm-hmm.
as a group, kind of discuss among yourselves, like, what do you want that advantage to be?
Maybe a landscape that might be useful to us.
Close vantage point to that we can get good cover fire from.
Well,
That'd be a good idea.
he locates, he says, I spotted I reckon we could potentially go around, the side, like I don't see there are no windows on the sides, at least uh on the ground level here. Like he
Mm-hmm.
says, like I don't know why, but um over there, so we could move down there and uh do that. Like that's just his suggestion. He's saying like, well, there's nowhere for the enemy to see us, so we could move there and use that as an advantage point. But that
Okay.
would mean like leaving the high ground and kind of moving in. So the question is, do you want him to stay put where he is, or
How far of a distance is it from there to where we're going? Is it something reachable once Astron does get into session?
well, I'm saying like you can move in without him. Like he can stay behind and like snipe.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like
That
he's just
might
looking
be a good
around and he's
idea.
saying like I'm like from the distance of Matt, like I'm not seeing like for whether the terrain or anything else, he's not seeing any hostile targets. But he does say like I mean I'm also for some reason this place doesn't really have a whole ton of windows, so like you could potentially like go around the side and nobody would be able to notice you.
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to have someone covering our butts.
Yeah. Here we go again. Anyway, so he's going to say like, well, I'm going to move in or like going to move to a vantage point and just be, uh, like on standby to do sniper support. So he's going to go off on his own.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to just move him onto the map so he can see. And so for the rest of you, are you going to go to the blind spot that he told you about?
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Okay.
Yep.
Fuck
Right.
it.
Yep. So, um, yeah, you guys move to up against the wall. There, nobody spots you, so you are against the wall. Where do you go?
Am I the only one who's not seeing the map or what?
Oh
Yeah,
shit! I'm
there's not
sorry.
a map.
I didn't realize I didn't activate the scene. There we go. I'm terribly sorry about that.
How can you?
GM loses 10 points.
I thought we were just doing theater of the mind for a
No,
moment
no,
there.
no, 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 no. There's a map here. Don't worry. Now do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So yeah, so where you guys are, again, apologies, I didn't think that through. So you guys are all outside the,
Mm-hmm.
um, this. Um, Jackal is over here. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, he doesn't. He's looking around. He doesn't see any movement. Um, so, but the
So where's is the entrance over this way or over this way?
this so the rear, like the back door is up here. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is the landing pad, and then the back entrance is there, and then the front entrance
Okay.
is down there. So the question I have is, are you guys going to be doing a? Are you going to be trying to sneak around to avoid being spotted, potentially get the drop on any enemies you encounter, or?
Ah,
Yeah.
can I like sneak around the corner and poke my head out to just take a quick little look see?
Yeah, that's a stealth roll.
How's your
Oh,
stealth?
where am I?
Oh, you're not on the map. Hold on, let me. Oh, that's because you weren't on the map
Fuck.
because at the time. Okay, let me
Okay.
see. Because
And
you weren't
as
here
far
at
as
the
my
time.
I have a green and a yellow, which is
Okay, so
not
your
terrible.
stealth. Let me just check what the difficulty would be.
I don't know if it's better than my 4 greens.
Oh, well. See what a green is? What a D?
A D8, and a
A
yellow is a
D8, and what's
D12.
a? Okay.
So if you were going to sneak around, um, depending on how far you're going, like basically ping where you're going.
Like right here, just to take a peek
Yeah.
around the corner.
Okay. So that would be a 1 purple.
And can I do the other side?
Yep. For
Go over.
you, that would be uh, whatchamacallit, 1 red, 2 purple.
Oof. Okay.
One
So
purple.
okay. So
Ooh,
Arthur.
there we go.
Okay. So we'll resolve him first.
So,
So he
Let's see.
yeah, you move there, and you. Oh, hold on, wait. Do I not have you set up with vision?
No.
Okay, set up vision enabled. There we go. Um,
Around the corner.
yep,
you said 1 red, 2 purples?
correct.
There's like a window.
Okay, let me just. Yeah. So like basically, so Arthur, you see, a window, in there, like windows here, and I'll say your two advantages. Um, you faintly hear chattering of battle droids.
Huh. Would it be too much to?
Or like you see like shadows or whatever, basically like you get an indication that there are droids potentially posted at the windows.
Okay. Probably gonna slick back a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm gonna like, hey, or like, hey, there's some fucking robots in here.
So while you're doing that, we will focus on Potshot for a sec. So Potshot, you sneak up along the side, um, and are you
Mhm.
sneaking up to the corner or are you looking around the corner?
I'm looking around the corner to see if I'm seeing anything that would be a potential problem for us if we went through the back
Yeah,
door.
you look around the corner and you see all these. Like you see 2 mercenaries like the ones you encountered before guarding the door, and then there's a squad of battle droids just kind of loitering around.
Okay, seeing that.
And for your one
How's...
advantage,
Mhm.
what would you like that to be? You could use it to like remove a point of strain or something like that. Like there's not really much you can do with one advantage, to be honest.
No, there isn't. I will use that to go ahead and actually drop a strain down.
Okay, so you get 1 point of strain back. Um, and you do
Mhm.
see those mercenaries, and because you both succeeded your checks, you don't um, you don't get detected. Um,
Cool.
okay,
I'll come back to the group.
okay.
And I'll go. Well, we've got some hostiles at the back. Someone who does someone who will probably shoot us from a distance, and 2 close combat robots as well. So
Joyous.
my so which way would you like to go? We need if either way we go, we're gonna need a distraction. Does Potshot actually have clear sight of those 3 people that I sighted down there?
Yeah, if you were to lean around the corner, I would say it would be, um,
Mhm.
you would probably roll for initiative to see if you get the drop on them and attack them, and like see if they spot you
Mhm.
first. If you
Okay.
want to do that, you can.
Mhm.
But just let me know what you guys want to do if you want to do like initiative
That-
to attack
That's
those
fine.
guys.
Has that's a shame. I was going to turn and say if does Jackal have some sort of like a means to be able to fire off multiple shots as such
He can't
with his
shoot more than
rifle?
once in a round.
Right. So that means we need to go ahead and try to be quick to get rid of the other 2 if that was the case.
So basically, I'll also tell you because you would have seen it. So the battle droids are armed with their standard E5 carbines, and then the mercenaries are using, um, customized blaster carbines.
Oh, okay. So they're pretty much all ranged
Yeah,
weapons
they're all
no matter
ranged
what.
fighters. Though the
Okay.
mercs do have like knives and like sheaths.
Vibro.
Yeah, vibro
Okay.
knives. So
Well, actually, Hannah, did we have a mechanic or anything with us?
Yes, a
Um,
magic mechanic.
So I just thought of this lovely idea. Potshot will pull out 2 frag grenades and go, "What do you think you can do to put up a nice little J-rig of a distraction with 2 frag grenades?"
Ah, beats me.
Because I was about to say we could always go ahead and set up a booby trap and get them to go over to a some sort of distraction, and we can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone of killing a whole bunch of them. But problem here is if your analysis of the situation of the front is that they're covering the windows, would mean that we would have to get them to get the ones at the back to maybe go for the booby trap.
Maybe maybe we could set up like a line or something between this bush, like a
Mm-hmm.
tripwire, and then maybe we start some shit around the corner here. They hear that, they come running around the corner, and because they're in a hurry, they trip it and fucking explode.
I have to be physically like plugged into something to access their like alarms and stuff, right, Cody?
I would say theoretically depend like so if you're manually patched in, it would be a bit easier, but if you try to wirelessly hack in, it would be harder.
Okay, great.
Can I?
Good.
Sorry.
I thought of the idea perhaps that maybe I could like trigger an alarm like on the other side of the complex so it draws their attention. We can get in maybe stealthily.
If we could find like a part of the wall here, maybe that's like solid, I could cut a hole in it with the lightsaber and see if there's like something you could plug into, like a wire you could fuck with. I don't know. Would that work theoretically?
You could
Can't
cut through the
lightsabers
wall.
cut through walls?
But like only halfway.
So let's see. There are a couple different ideas that would be kind of thrown around. So let's see. There's the using grenades to set up like booby traps, the
Mhm.
cutting through a wall, and then Mel wanting to patch into computer systems. So um, yeah, I'll
Well,
say it
Mel could
now.
still.
What's up?
Sorry. I was about to say Mel could probably still try to hack into the computer systems to see if she can do what she wants. I think the primary 2 of either cutting through the wall or the booby traps um, is still viable. It just depends on which one seems to be better. But I think can would Mel's hacking also be able to give us a floor plan and of the place?
I mean, you already got a floor plan from
Oh
your
yeah, that's
handler,
right.
so
That's right. Robotic movement. like obviously little pings of saying here, here, here they are?
From the scan,
Mm-hmm.
from the blueprint, like I said, you don't have when you got the schematics from the captain, you didn't get um like you didn't get the like there was no data on any active, you know, beings inside the building. You just got the floor plan.
Okay.
Mhm. Oh, hey, Astron. Welcome.
Hello.
Unfortunately, man, you need to roll up a new character. You know, tragically
Oh,
perished.
no.
You got crotch
Darn it.
shot.
Yeah, I had my
Oh,
lightsaber
Exactly.
turned on and I
terrible.
tripped, and your head just plopped right off.
Oh man! All this in the same session?
In all
It actually all
seriousness,
happened at the
Crazy.
same time.
in all
The same time.
in all
What
seriousness,
how many tragedies did we roll?
yeah, I don't know. In all seriousness,
Yeah,
you are
we repelled
currently
from 500. We repelled from 500 meters, and your repelling line snapped.
Oh,
so
We had
Picked
a
a
scare
slippery
of four.
spot.
anyway. So you are currently here. What happened is the group decided, and I feel like this kind of makes sense for your character, that, but it's up to you to override that. That you were gonna
Mhm.
stay at like an Overwatch position at long range to kind of keep tabs on the enemy.
no, that's fitting.
So you were there, and then where we were currently at was a couple of different ideas that were proposed on how to get into the facility, or into the palace rather.
The feeling of the situation is, to Jackal is, 3 combatants at the back door with carbines, and 2 of them are melee combatants as well. Set up tripwires around that corner at the back, and if anything survives, you can shoot it. Otherwise, we cut through the side of the wall with the lightsaber to gain access.
And this is the back here.
Yeah, where you have line of sight by
Got
this
it.
landing pad, that is the back door.
Okay. Group of 5 droids, 2 mercenaries, door. Got it.
And also, Arthur was scouting to the south, and he, you know, was there were some indications of battle droids guarding one of the windows.
Got it.
Multiple?
Yeah, you would hear. Well, yeah, like you would see multiple shadows. I mean, all droids, all battle droids have the same nasally voice. So, I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell if multiple droids were. Well, I mean, I guess depending on cues and conversation, but the point is that through like shadows and like multiple shadows and stuff, you would be able to tell. Yeah, there are multiple droids.
But I didn't see any shadows of like what are they? The B1s?
Yeah, those are B1s.
The big, gray
Oh no, those are
weird shaped
B2. Those are
ones.
the super battle droids.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
did
So,
not.
but
You didn't
none
see
of
any of
those.
those. Yeah, none of those.
Oh,
Just
thank God.
regular
Okay.
B1s.
Oh my. I'm sorry. I looked up B1 battle droid just for visual reference. And like the third result, it has a really fat ass and tits.
What?
I just felt the need to share that.
Rule 34, guys.
It was
God.
Google.
Yeah, no, I've seen worse, but that's still disturbing as fuck. Anyway, moving on.
If it's
Moving
possible, blame
on.
it on Google.
Moving on. So, um, yeah. So what is the game plan?
I agree with the booby trap thing. Perhaps you guys could work on that, and I can patch in wirelessly. It'll be a bit more difficult, but let's not get getting holes in the wall. Pretty sure that'll give us
Well, in
away.
retrospect, I mean, I hate to veto this plan, but I was thinking more, and I just wirelessly, when you don't really have any sort of source of connection, I don't really think that makes sense. So I am going to retcon what I said and say that you would probably have to find some sort of access point, like basically to get into their system in the first place. You would probably have to patch into some sort of terminal or junction box or whatever. But once you're in it, you can access the system remotely. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's completely fine. Then yeah, I suggest we go with the booby trap idea.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, so we're gonna set up a booby trap.
Trying to replace
Here,
with his
I think
lightsaber.
was the plan.
What Arthur?
I think like here was the plan for
Yeah,
the
you were
booby
going to
trap.
set up by the tree and the wall.
Quick
Yeah.
thing. I accidentally selected the bush, I think, and it gives me vision over things I shouldn't see.
How did you select the
that's-
bush?
I don't know. I like accidentally dragged over something like right
He
here.
didn't. He unselected himself.
Well, oh, does that just show me everyone's then?
No, it just shows what has been explored
Okay.
and
Gotcha.
and what has been explored with your party.
Gotcha.
So as you can see, Jackal Madison has line of sight to those. So that's probably why.
Yep.
Ah, okay. All right.
So
have to
with
roll
that
for
said, this here is where I'm
Yep.
proposing the booby trap idea.
Okay, well that's going to be a hard 3 purple mechanics checks to get it all rigged up, and depends on are you going to use 1 grenade or 2?
Hmm. Maybe we use one.
How much-
like, put it
how
on the
much damage
corner
Use
does
and
one
P for
bomb
grenade
each
do?
other.
How much damage does 1 grenade do? It does a frag grenade is damage 8, but I think it also has blast 6. Yep.
2. Use 2
Okay. Yeah, we'll put one in the bush and one like right.
against the wall.
Yeah.
All right.
You said hard mechanics
Yep.
check.
So 3 purple.
All right.
And
Let me
I
just
will
double
remove.
check because I have artisan and I don't know if that.
Yeah, if there are any
affects
talents
this.
or pieces of equipment you have that actually what you could do is you theoretically have that that demolitions kit that could help you unless you left it on your ship. Yeah. Add 2 boost dice on mechanics checks to prepare, set, or disarm explosives.
And
I
I
would
will
say
get
that
rid of
counts.
2 grenades.
I don't have that in my inventory. Is that?
That was sort of like group gear. That was like, because if you recall, like for the original demolition job of taking out the cannons and the shield generator, the armory, like you were allotted a rocket launcher, 6 demolition charges, and a demolition like a toolkit.
Okay.
So
So you said that's 2 boost dice?
yeah, it gives you 2 blues in addition to any other stuff you have.
So it's a mechanics check.
Mechanics,
with 3 purples.
3 purple
and 2
difficulty,
blues?
2 blues. Yeah.
Okay.
Be a good roll.
Oh damn.
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah, very good. The threat, I would say maybe like you hear a click and it sort of startles you. So you know you strain, I guess. Like it doesn't go off, but it's sort of like the the universe's little gotcha moment. But you do get the trap set up. So that
I'm gonna step away from that.
Okay, so you got that all set up.
Yep.
What is your next course of action?
I would turn and say to Jackal, anything that does not that does survive that blast, once those booby traps go off, shoot them down. We will draw their attention from the front so that we can infiltrate in through the back once we got the people from the back coming around. So it's we're doing a dupe, sort of like doing a fake moment saying, "Oh, we're going through the front, but we're going to go through the back," is what I'm thinking.
Does anyone
Okay.
have a spare blaster?
I have a spare hand blaster if you want to borrow one.
Yeah, I'm realizing that I'm only capable of stabby.
Yeah, I mean you're a Jedi, so that's kind of what they do. And also, don't forget, you have an agility of 2, and that's what blasters are fired from, and you don't have any ranged ranks.
Oh fuck.
So
Oh yeah, gunnery is something else.
Well, gunnery, range heavy, and range light are all agility based.
Okay.
But I mean, with your lightsaber pool is still pretty good. So
And second of all, you should be able to reflect some of the weapons fire back at them, couldn't you?
well, that's a
I have
specific power.
reflect, but I think that
I think it's
to
improved
actually
reflect.
aim it, it's something else.
Yeah, I think it's improved reflect that lets you do that.
Ah,
I can
never mind
check.
then.
Okay. Well, yeah. So you have you set up the booby trap. So what is your next course of action?
Oh, Astron's taken on exactly what I asked him. What
Yep.
I was actually saying. He said he'd prioritize
I
shooting
see.
the mercs of.
Okay.
Cool. So we'll just go to the front and we'll start making ourselves known and I'll. Is this window open or is it a glass window?
I would say it is a glass window, or like it's a or it's at least it's a window that could be easily like um the way it's designed is that the windows can be like opened and like shot out of like basically as a makeshift firing port, though it doesn't really afford much cover for the user or for whoever's behind
Okay.
the window.
Can I be able to know who's inside this first room here? Because I can see there's windows here, so I just want to know what's inside there.
Well, like I said, assuming Arthur mentioned it, there are battle droids there, so I'll say you can
Okay.
see those droids.
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't know if you can. Yeah, you can see them. So
Yeah, I
it's
can see the
another.
one.
It's a group of 5. Um,
Do
and
I see anything else in there?
in that room, no, but I will say, depending if you're sneaking up to a new zone, you need to make another stealth roll. So
Okay.
that
All right.
will be much easier. That's just 1 purple.
Okay. Bup, bup, bup. Drop a purple.
Oh my!
Ooh, very nice.
5 advantages. What would you like to do with those?
I would like to see if how high is this window?
Um,
Is this something that I can crouch under, or can I prone and crawl under it enough?
there is there's just like like the window is not directly touching the ground. It's about like 2 feet above the floor, so you could go prone and crawl under it. I will also
Okay.
say that you notice that this window, this is actually like a 2-story building.
Mhm.
Um, like so basically this is the first level of it, and there's a second one that's like the exact same height. But as for the ground level under the windows, like I said, there's like about 2 or so feet that you could go prone and like crawl to be out of sight of the droids.
Okay. So I would like to go ahead and this is just adding flavor. I would be crawling right up to this window right here. I'll be laying feet up against the wall of the building, having blaster in hand, grenade in the other, and I'll be like, I'm
Didn't
going
you
to
use all the
blast this
grenades?
window. No, I had 3 grenades. I used 2 for the
Okay.
booby trap, and I've got 1 spared.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn and say, I'll blast the window open, throw this last grenade into there, get rid of anything that's in there, and you just cover me in case something comes around to the left of me.
Is that directed to Archer or someone else?
This is to everyone.
So am I just
Great.
popping right the fuck in there, landing on
Do
the
your
beaches of
your best
Kashyyyk?
hero impression and hop through the window.
Alright, you let me know when to start blasting, and I'll throw this grenade in there.
Okay, so I imagine we're all gonna probably fall in
Yep.
behind this person.
Now, like I said, again, if you are each person who is moving up to about where Arthur is, you're going to be doing the same 1 purple stealth check.
Okay.
Can I
I can do that.
I want to roll coordination real quick,
For
just
what?
for flavor.
Okay. Well, give me the
I
context
don't
of what.
expect any advantage. I want
Well,
to know if
give me the context for what you're trying to do, so I can set the difficulty.
I'm thinking like maybe I don't know. I like jump in slightly too early, or slightly too late. I don't know.
Well, we'll handle how the grenade goes off first, but like I said, I want to see because it hasn't actually been thrown yet. But I'm saying anybody who's moving up to this point is going to do a 1 purple stealth check.
Okay.
So I'm assuming Mel and Arthur are doing that.
So
Oh,
no,
Oh, geez.
wow.
so one
Shit.
That's
purple.
troublesome.
One purple stealth and let's boogie.
Oh, man.
In this instance, as soon as I hear the noise off to the right of me hearing that, I'm gonna be like, sorry guys, I'm gonna have to throw this grenade.
Well, basically
I
what
will shoot the wind.
happens,
Mhm.
yeah, so, yeah, before you do that, so Arthur kind of is a little too headstrong, and Mel is, like, right behind him, and the droids catch the sudden movement, and you basically hear them saying, like, unauthorized Republic personnel detected, sound the alarm! So, we are
Our other
now,
Jedi's, the one who's actually smart, stayed back.
so, which also Lunchbox is in the air, so I'll just move him out of the way. So Trenimer, also, where were you following behind them, or were you doing something else?
No, I'm falling behind them.
Okay.
I've got my lightsaber out.
As the added flavor, shoot the glass open, and turns and said, "Here's my authorization." Throw.
Okay, well, hold on. We're now going to be initiative, so what I need you guys to do is toggle your own combat state, and then you are going to be
Sure.
rolling. Well, it's going to vary for depending on who is rolling what. So first I got to get all these fucking NPCs.
There's
Uh,
no combat encounter in your current. Oh, there it is.
Okay, so where do I go to?
You right. You select your character. You right click on it, and then click on the sword and shield.
yes.
Thank you.
Now, as for rolling the initiative, what you're
You
going
go
to
to the
do,
combat tracker.
yeah. Well, what I'm saying is that the thing is, it's going to everybody except Potshot is going to be rolling vigilance. Potshot, you're going to be rolling cool because you prepared for this. Like you prepared for this, but everybody else fucked it up. So,
Oh, jeez.
Am I on vigilance too?
yes, you were on vigilance because you were not expecting the alarm to go off.
Vigilance.
God damn.
Hey, don't do my voice. That's my voice. No, we are doing it as no.
Did I clicked it? I clicked it.
Oh wait, I just realized I meant to be doing it as a coup. Rolling initiative.
Okay, is that everybody? Hold on, we got PC, 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 PC. We're missing one.
I'm done.
Okay, so let's see. See, okay, Trenimer, Jackal, Potshot, and Mel. We're missing Arthur.
Oh, I have to.
Yeah. So what you do is you right click on your token, click the sword and shield,
Oh,
and then you are now you see where there's PC and then the D20. Click that, and then it'll give you an option: vigilance or cool. Check well, I think vigilance is activated by default, and then you just click roll, and
Yes.
then uh that'll add you to the thing.
gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
So begin encounter. Ah, fuck. Forgot that it does that. So the first NPC naturally is going to be the droids, who they see, Arthur, and they're going to fire at him. So let's see, target, and then they're going to
Quick
aim.
question: do I have to try and reflect before or after?
You reflect after they shoot you.
Okay.
Because there's a chance that they could miss. Let's see, there's that. Difficulty, I think, would probably be like short range, so that would be 1 purple. And they're, like I said, they're aiming, so they get a boost.
Jesus fuck.
So that is 14 damage minus whatever your soak is.
-4.
So that's 10 damage. However, if you're going to use reflect, let me just double check what that does. Reflect, suffer 3 strain to reduce damage by 2 plus ranks in reflect.
So that's another 3.
Hold on, wait. So you have 2 reflect, and then suffer by 3 strain. So you're
No, I have 1
reducing.
reflect.
Okay. Oh, well, it says you have 2 on your sheet.
You sure?
I'm
You
positive.
might be looking at solid repairs.
No, I'm looking. There's Sorry Suit Technique, then Reflect,
Oh,
and then Grit, then
did I
Reflect.
get that from?
Um,
Let me double check the initiative trees here. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not supposed to be there.
okay,
I'm gonna
so
remove.
all right, so then remove that, but then you can at least reduce the damage by 3.
Okay.
So you're taking, all in all, I think 7 damage.
Wait. It won't let me remove it.
Remove the talent. Let me see. Hold on. Oh yeah, that is peculiar. I'll have to figure that out later. But point is that if you have just one, you're taking a total of 7 damage, but you also take 3 strain.
Okay.
And for for the droid's threat, they get 1 point of strain, which translates to 1 point of damage. Okay, that was the droid's turn, and now it's a PC.
I will be throwing my grenade in there, and I'll be yelling the word saying, here's my access, here's my authorization, shoot glass and throw grenade.
Okay, so the grenade throw, the distance is going to be, well, it depends on how far you're throwing it.
I'm throwing it directly through the window,
Well, I
so
know you're
as soon
throwing
as
it
I
through the
shoot,
window, but the question is, are you shooting it like right next to them, where you could potentially be caught in the blast, or shooting it
I'm
kind
going
of
to throw
behind
it
them?
so it hopefully gets into the middle of the room.
Okay, so that would be, I would say, a 2 purple difficulty.
So we're looking at
2
what?
purple.
Okay, what type of? Is it a combat skill?
Yeah, well, you're rolling. Well, if you roll the grenade itself,
Oh, okay, gotcha. 2 purple, you said?
yeah, 2 purple. And remember to hit T to target like hover over the droids and hit T to target them.
Yep. Okay, cool. Give me 1 second. Targeting you, and then going here, then go
And then
here.
like left of the grenade, like icon or name or whatever it is, then you. Let me just double check that. Yeah, where the frag grenade, you hover over that icon and then you click the D20 and then you can figure it out from there.
Okay, so I've already targeted. Yep. One. I think I've got it all done there.
Okay. Let's see, 2
Very
threats.
nice.
So that is a very impressive amount of damage. Let's see. I'll say you would get a setback to your next check. Um, Perhaps
Okay.
because the grenade goes off, and then uh, like some shrapnel goes like flying your way, and you have to like kind of dodge, and it's sort of, I mean, something like that. But the
Nope,
damage
that's
is
fine.
12. Um, Be sure to delete the grenade from your sheet. And as for these droids, 12
Yes, I'll
damage
do that
minus
now.
4 soak is 8. So these guys are up to 9. Okay, so
Done.
yeah, the blast, kills one of the droids. You can hear it like like screaming as it goes flying out the window over your head and like rolls across the ground and like shatters. Um, Kicks up some of the black sand, and yeah, one of the droids is dead. Um, so that was pot shot.
And because I haven't moved, I'm going to try to roll out of that position to go ahead and
Right,
get
you
next
forgot you
to
have whatever.
and move right next to Trenemo.
Okay.
Covering fire for Arthur and Mel.
Okay. Yeah, so that's your turn?
That is my turn.
Okay, so NPC, the mercenaries, when the alarm goes off, one of them is going to move one into the trap, and the trap is going to. Well, I think he should probably make like a coordination check to see if he avoids it. So
Well,
I'm
the
gonna make
amount
him
of
do
successes we did to that.
coordination. I'll say because of the amount of successes you got, I'll make it like daunting probably. Two
That's
grenades
fair.
and all that. So he's gonna have a 4 purple check. Which he fails. So the grenades go off and he let's see, takes what was the damage of the grenade? So you had let me scroll up a sec. There are so many initiative rolls.
Base damage of a frag is 8.
Okay, so and then you use 2, so that's 16. Yeah, this guy's dead. So
It's
grenade.
just like a red smear in the black sand.
Yeah, you
where the
guys just
state
hear
was
like
put.
this like explosion. And that is that guy's turn. So, but next is one of the other mercs. Like, yeah, a guy turns around the corner here and is going to. Yeah, he doesn't have any grenades. Um, he is going to
God.
fire just sort of into the crowd and through basically game mechanics. He's targeting Mel. So he's going to target Mel first. And then I think damage. So what would that be? That'd probably be medium range. So it stays at 2. Okay, so that is 11 damage minus 2 soak.
Wow.
But he does take
2
a,
2 soak. I have 4 soak.
okay, so yeah, you would be down to 2 and you take basically 9 damage. And the threat would, I believe, I know it's not listed on this thing, but from all my experience, I would say that he basically exposes himself so the next person, like, makes himself an easy target, so the next person or next player who acts gets a boost. So yeah, you
Cool.
took a pretty significant amount of damage, so that's his turn. Next is going to be another merc who turns around the corner and fires kind of into the crowd. And this time he is going to shoot at Trenimer. So let's see. So target Trenimer. You have any defense? No, you don't. No, actually, wait. Does Mel? No. So targeting Trenimer.
He's gonna be between a rock and a hard place.
I was waiting for that.
Oh boy. So he moves and he fires. And does he hit? Yeah, that's 14 minus 2 soak.
No, -4 soak. Thank you.
It's pierced too, so
Yeah,
it
Ah.
goes through it.
yeah.
Damn.
Do you have any like reflect or anything like that?
I don't think so. Let me look real quick. Yes, I do actually.
Okay. Do you want to reflect?
Fuck yeah.
Okay. How many ranks do you have?
1. So that is 3.
Okay. So you
-1 wound. 1, 2, 3.
okay?
But I too take what 2 string, 3 string.
I think it's 3.
Yeah, it's. Yep. And
Oh wait, I forgot this guy is.
1, 2, 3. Yep, there we go.
Right, I forgot to move his thing. My bad. Okay, but now it's time to level the playing field. But there are three, well, 2 PC slots. So who would like to go?
I'm gonna go.
Be my guest, man.
Yeah.
Are
Go
there any
on.
rocks?
Yeah, this is
there
about to
them with
be
your
this is Strenimer right here. I posted a GIF.
wow them with your weird force pick.
Yeah. So anyway, but in terms of rocks, I would say given the map, yeah, there are rocks here and there. I didn't model like every single rock of the thing, but like the point is that with the ones I placed, that kind of is an indication that yeah, there's some stones around here. So yeah, you can
Okay.
earthbend. I would say the
So,
largest would probably be Sill 2 though.
okay. That will do. So let me see here. Silhouette 2. So that would we're looking at a force power move. And that is discipline. 1, 2, and a green. Silhouette is the difficulty. So 1, 2. I'm taking force drain.
Oh god.
Okay, so you take 4 conflicts as well.
Yep.
All right. So what's the
Hold
total
on.
Oh, go ahead.
There we go. Okay. So I get I have 4 points. So 1 to activate the power, 1 to uh, throw the rock number, and 1 to activate the range.
Yeah, because he's at
Plus,
medium range.
right. So that is 2. Would that be? That would be 22 damage.
Okay.
How many rocks are there?
Um, I would say like near you, you're probably like lifting that one, for example. So you're like lifting
Yeah,
it
but
and
just
throwing.
have 1 or 2, or because
One.
I still have a force point left.
I'll say 1.
Okay, fine.
So
22 damage.
okay. So yeah, 22 damage. This guy is done for. You lob this giant rock at him and it just like hits him in the face hard enough like to draw blood and just outright kill him because you're like caving his head in partially. So yeah, he's dead. So you like basically
Fucking hard place indeed.
get a headshot with a rock. That was your
yeah, wouldn't that be something? That was a headshot. Like
So apparently the wise old Jedi is like an 80s action hero full of one-liners. Who would have thought? Anyway, so that was your action.
I love it.
That was your action. So what's your what are your maneuvers?
um Oh, yeah, I could have aimed. I'll just move over here. Something
Okay.
like that. No, actually. That's a really bad idea apparently. And I take can I go into cover?
I would say there's not much in the way of cover out here, but I would say sure, like you could find something. I'm blanking on what, but yeah. Maybe behind like a tree or like like a bush that kind of obscures enemy line of sight on you, that kind of thing. So
Okay, hold on. Let me see here.
You know, just become one with the bush. Improvise like I don't know. I'm tired.
There we go.
okay. That is Trenimer. Okay, we've got another PC.
I'll go.
Okay. So as a recap, so you, Jackal, you saw one mercenary run around the corner and explode. There is a squad of 5 battle
So
droids.
that one is dead.
That guy is dead. There's that
Oh,
guy.
it's hard to see the skull on that mark.
Yeah, I know. But there is a. Actually, what I'll do instead is then I'll just make it a smaller icon. So there, that way.
There you go.
And I'll do that for the guy that Trenimer like earthbended to death. So that guy exploded. There's another mercenary and a squad of droids. You are at long range from both, so that would be 3 purple. Unless you, of course, would you have your sniper scope?
I have a
that,
telescopic
yes,
scope
that just
from
reduces
my
it by 1.
rifle. So it's effectively medium for me
Yeah,
with 2 purple.
correct. And don't forget you have all the boosts from your gun itself.
Yeah, I'm gonna use true aim.
Oh boy,
I know.
Here we
Crazy.
go.
Unexpected.
this is
All
where
right.
the fun begins.
It indeed is.
Does Jackal
So-
do a pinpoint moment?
No, he doesn't have a light
Here we
machine
go.
gun.
Yeah, nice big blast
Two-
doesn't.
Two boosts from the accuracy of the weapon. I get 1 boost from the aim. It's only 2 purple.
Yep, and you
Good
get
lord.
how many upgrades?
1. No,
Okay.
2.
Okay.
Is it 2 upgrades?
Well, how many ranks of trim do you have? 1 or 2?
I have 2.
Okay, then that's 2 upgrades.
Oh.
I think Astron just went ahead and said yes.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that. Oh, and I also
We've
have the
officially
set
entered
trigger.
Dylan laughs.
So that's an automatic 1 success and 1 threat that I can manually add, I believe.
Yep.
Fixed
I
results.
think so.
1 success, 1
Oh
threat.
boy.
Here we go.
All right, who are you shooting at?
I'm not even on this computer, and I'm worried about what the
Vibroblade.
results were.
Vibroblade.
Okay,
Brigade
you're shooting at the
Mercenary.
Merc. Okay.
Yep.
So 14.
So with the Triumph, I can automatically crit, right?
Well,
Shit.
I would
I can
say
spend
though,
the
well, you
Triumph
don't
for a
have to
crit,
do that for
can't
that.
I?
I'm saying that because here's the thing: the base damage. Actually, hold on.
14 damage.
minus. Hold on, I need to do some math in my head real quick. So the pierce ignores most, if not like most of his soak.
Mhm.
So he blocks. Oh wait, so it'd be 30. I think that would be enough to kill him. I mean, people in the comments section will tell me I need to go back to school, which they wouldn't be wrong. But yeah, he's dead.
Well,
Care to
all right.
narrate your kill?
One guy explodes, his head flips right, and I'm gonna put one in right the side of his temple.
Oh, oh, brutal.
Free lobotomy.
Yeah. So that's all these successes. So you have 2 advantages and a triumph.
I'll pass 2 boosts to the next allied character's check,
Okay.
and
So,
I will upgrade the ability of the next allied character's check with the triumph.
very nice.
Whoever goes next, have fun.
Yeah.
Dibs.
Okay. So that Merc is dead. Next is another NPC. We will say the droids outside. They're like, we have detected a sniper. Move in. So they're going to move to medium range and start firing.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no, indeed. So medium range. Let's. Oh, we gotta target you.
You'd
So
think they were stormtroopers.
they
Who they're firing at?
they're firing at Jackal.
Okay.
I look behind me for whatever the fuck they're shooting at.
So what they're going to do is they're going to let's see. They get one. I'll say they pass a one setback to you, and then the I don't know how it worked narratively, but the next allied character who goes gets a boost.
Oh no, a setback. Whatever will I do? Custom grip.
Oh, if only I'd known. Oh well. I mean, you got to make good use of it though. So, okay, that was their turn. Next is a PC. So we have either Mel or Arthur, and I believe Arthur said he wanted to go.
Yeah.
All right, you
I
get.
think
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I think that's me on the turn order too, because it's showing my
Well,
unfortunate health
yeah.
state.
Well, I mean, remember that in this game, it's not like it's basically your team or the enemy team. Like it's kind of
Okay.
like there. It's just sort of like it's fluid in terms of the order that you go in.
All right. So is homeboy right here still functional?
One of them got sent out flying out the window by an explosion, but the other ones are fine.
Okay.
And
gonna-
this one has still got the boost that we can use against it, right?
Well, it's technically not specifically the character so much as it is like the next person who goes, like the next player who goes, has one boost, I think, from Trenimer, and then 2 boosts and an upgrade from Jackal. So you're looking at 3 boosts and an upgrade for the next person who goes. It doesn't matter what target they're attacking.
Oh, okay.
So
And was that used?
It has not been used yet.
There you go.
So it'd be either the only people who've not acted yet are Arthur and Mel.
okay. I'm
I
noticing
say
a
give
problem.
him hell, Archer.
Yeah. This guy needs to not be alive anymore. So is that windows? I imagine all the windows are probably blown out by
Correct.
now. Okay. So can I just like hop right in there
Yeah.
and like just chop him in half?
Yeah, you can go full on Star Wars kid. And
Just remember, get the tip.
yeah, so now I will say because of your unwieldy
Into
on
the
your
back.
on your lightsaber, you do get an additional purple. So it'd be 3 purple, but you have an upgrade and you have 3 boosts.
Isn't that negated by something, or am I
No.
mistaken?
No, it just adds dice.
Okay.
The reason why is because
Uh,
your
Emily
lightsaber
caught it.
your lightsaber has a I think cumbersome, or it's either cumbersome or unwieldy for double bladed lightsaber of 3, but you have brawn and agility of 2. So basically, for every 1 point that you're over, you take an additional purple. Like by default, it's always 2, but you take an additional purple.
Gotcha.
Is it a purple?
Yeah, it's a purple.
How do
Okay.
I roll it? Never mind.
Well, to roll the lightsaber, you just click on you hover over the icon, and then there's a D20, and you just click that.
Gotcha.
Just be sure
So
to hit
3 purples.
3 purples. Well, first target the droids by hovering over them and hit T. Okay.
Okay.
And then for the lightsaber, now in addition to the 3 purple, you get 3 blues and then 1 upgrade.
Okay. Can you move me into the room? I can't do it
Yeah,
myself.
I'll do
'cause
it.
There's a wall
Right.
there.
I'll do it. Hold on. There you go.
Gotcha. All right.
You didn't do that right. You were supposed to have boosts and an upgrade.
Oh, a boost and an upgrade.
No, 3 boosts and an upgrade.
Okay.
So reroll.
So 1 red, 2 purples.
No,
3
not a red.
boosts.
The upgrade, there's a difficulty upgrade and then like a positive upgrade. The positive upgrade turns one of your greens into a yellow.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
there we go, much better.
Wow, that was not very effective.
Correction, it's actually very effective because you can activate linked for one thing.
What does that do?
Linked triggers a second hit.
Double damage.
Yep, double damage.
Straight up double damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
So you can, I'll tell you this much. So just from the base damage, so with a linked, 1 droid, you instantly kill. So let's see. Well, actually, hold on. Just double check something. So 9 plus 7 is, I believe, 16. Yeah, 16. So, you actually kill 2 droids in 1 swing before you activate linked. When you activate linked again, hold on. 16 plus 7 is 23. Are you going to activate linked for 2 advantages?
I mean, I might as well.
Yeah. Okay, so then you kill yet another droid, and then if you spend the last 2 advantages to crit, you kill the last one.
I think I'll do that then.
Okay,
You know, that's a good idea.
So they're all dead.
Sweet.
You just went in and Star Wars kids up the place.
Let me send that gift real quick.
Hold on, where is it? Yeah, no, I have the yeah, exactly. Yeah, pretty much. That's Archer when he like dives through the window and starts doing that. Oh man, I'm bookmarking that shit.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, at one point I left a comment on the video. I'm like, I like to think that guy survived Order 66. So anyway, so yeah, you jump in and you absolutely dice a bunch of droids. In the words of a certain best girl. So, and you do just that. So all those droids are dead. Very nice turn, Arthur. Next is an NPC. So, let's see, who is not gone yet? The marks are dead. The droids are okay. So, 1 and 2. Okay, so now I'll say this, Arthur. So you hear, like sort of like stomping of footsteps, outside the up towards the door.
Oh no.
And then 1, and then also for let's see, Trenimer, does he have? So yeah, Trenimer, you see a door open, and basically out comes a super battle droid.
Oh shit.
I fucking knew it.
Um,
Oh Jesus.
so that is 2 NPCs, and then the third. Hold on, how many? So let's see, 5. And then lastly, there is a group of NPCs that does not act yet. So now it is Mel's turn.
Awesome. So this guy here,
Is
if I
still
would
alive.
have cool. And
Yeah,
I'm
medium
is
range.
he medium range?
Correct.
Okay. Great. So I will aim at this dude. Let me actually target him.
Yep.
There we go. Then
Do you have any stim packs, by the way?
I do. I
Okay.
need to use one.
Yeah, because I might recommend that either you use one on yourself or that Potshot treats you.
Mhm.
Probably better be me.
Yeah, because Potshot does have stim pack specialization, but okay.
Yep.
So target him and then fire when ready.
I forget my exact bonuses for
Okay,
this
let
weapon.
me check. So you have a
Yeah.
DC 17,
Mhm.
has an electronic sighting system, so you can aim as an incidental, but only at short range. So that does not count. The accurate gives you 1 boost. Base base accuracy. So yeah, that will be just 1 boost. Unless of course you aim, then you get a second boost.
Yep, I'll aim at the guy.
Okay, so you get 2 boosts when
Let's
you roll.
increase my odds.
Yep.
There we go.
Let's see, that's a lot of advantages. Or at least it showed a lot of advantages on the dice, but that's 10 damage. 1 advantage. So let's see, the 1 advantage. You could recover a strain or pass a boost to the next ally.
I'll recover a strain. I think that's
Okay. So this guy takes 6 wounds. And then we are now at the next round. So now I got some cleanup to do because most of these people are dead. So let's see. Remove combatant, remove combatant, remove combatant, remove combatant.
Can't blame us for doing a good job.
And what?
I was just saying that you can't blame us for doing a
I'm
good
not
job.
blaming you at all.
I'm
So
kidding.
okay, so that should be that. The so what happens next is the Merc from before, the one that Mel shot at is going to return fire. So he got a past boost that was not used, and he is going to take cover behind the tree, and then let's see, target Mel.
I may be in danger.
Probably. So he gets a boost. No, you're not. So, in his
I'm
haste to
so
get in
happy.
cover, he missed. 2 advantages. He's going to basically like suppress you by passing a setback to you, Emily.
Okay.
That's his turn. Next is a PC.
I'm leaving anything that's happening at the front with Tranamo to do because he is the boulder snatcher.
The boulder's
I'm
going to
willing to
win
go.
this in a landslide, or whatever the that line from Avatar is.
So
Anywho,
who would like to go?
Who's? Well, so from what I understood, Emily's pretty hurt actually.
yes.
So
Well,
Yep.
she didn't actually get shot, but they're suppressing fire that's got her pinned.
yeah, but not the point. You still said that she was pretty hurt.
Yes, that is true. She's badly wounded from a previous attack.
So medic.
I was about to say it's probably best if maybe Tranamo tried to take care of the one that's behind the tree. Then I can go next round to attend.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Are there any? Oh, can I grab the? No, what kind of terrain is around here? Like, any wood logs or anything like that?
There aren't any like logs lying around, but there are like palm trees rooted in the ground, bushes. There's some like a mix between like small boulders and pebbles. Like basically, this is like a rocky, or not rocky, but like a
Okay.
black sandy beach sort of terrain. Like it's near the coast.
Okay. Is there a silhouette, two block lying around?
Silhouette 2 rock, yes. Like you would notice
Okay.
there's one like kind of nearby, like like here, kind of.
Well, I'd like to grab that one then.
Okay, so you grab that. Now keep in mind, this Merc is behind cover. He has
Yeah.
so you take a step back to attack him.
Mm-hmm. 1, 2, and I'm going to aim.
Okay.
Oh, this is going to white.
And also say as you're like as the an additional point of strain from the threat, reason being because it's like you feel all this use of the dark side combined with the stress of combat is like really kind of wearing you down. So that's
Okay.
the context for the threat. So you do take one extra point of strain.
Okay.
But
3. So one. Yeah. It takes 3 force points to do it. So
Okay.
he takes 22 damage.
All right, he's dead. No way he's soaking all that. Okay, so do you want to narrate how exactly you do him in, or?
Actually, I don't throw it. I don't throw it onto his head, but a big ass boulder is like slowly hovers towards him from high up. Or not from high up, but slowly hovers towards him without him noticing it, and then all of a sudden it falls. Splat.
Oh my god. Okay, so that was Tronimer's turn. Unless you're going to take a second maneuver, I doubt it because of how much strain you have, but still the option isn't there.
I'm done.
Okay.
I need a couple of advantages here for
Yep.
fuck's sake.
So, next is going to be, a group of enemies who do an unspecified action. I mean, you can probably tell from the sound effect what it is, but it's their turn
Oh,
next.
it was a door.
Yeah, very good observation. Next is going to be the group of battle droids that are going to continue firing at the sniper. So they are going to, let's see, I
Not
think they
again.
passed you a boost, or a setback rather. So let me just see.
Yes,
So
they did.
they're targeting you. They are going to seek cover. So well, actually no, because there's nowhere to. They're on a fucking landing pad, so they're just going to aim, and then, what the fuck? Oh, okay, 11 damage, no pierce.
Still hurts. All right, I have 4 soak.
So that's 7 damage.
7. Youch.
Ouch, indeed. Okay, so that is the NPCs. Now we got 3 PCs in a row.
Okay.
I would like to go.
We haven't got any bad guys coming around the front, right?
Trauner spotted a super battle droid.
Mm. Yeah, go Jackal.
Okay. Yep. I am actually going to take a little bit of strain, as much as I have a lot already. It's 2 strain to take an extra maneuver. Yeah.
Yes.
Double checking. I am going to both. I assume I can take cover out here, right?
Yes.
I'm going to take cover, and that's a setback to ranged attacks.
Yeah,
against
if they
each
shoot at you, they get a setback.
and I'm going to use true aim
Okay.
again. And I'm aiming for the battle droids. They're messing me up bad.
Yeah.
So that's 2 upgrades. I have 3 boosts. Average difficulty, I assume.
Yes.
And I remove.
Well,
a
actually, they would
setback.
technically be in medium range now because they, like, actual medium range because they moved up, but
Yeah,
that doesn't change
which is still
anything.
average difficulty.
Yes.
And I remove that setback because of my custom grip.
Yep.
All right. And I don't have set trigger on anymore. However, something I forgot last time, I do have deadly accuracy.
Isn't that automatically applied to your gun?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
And I have 3 ranks in ranged heavy.
So that's
an
what?
additional 3 damage for 15 total.
Jesus.
Plus
15.
Pierce 3.
Okay, so 15 with Pierce 3, so that would be. They take 14 wounds. So you basically fire 2 shots that, hit 2 droids in the head and shut them down. The 4 advantages,
How
do you
many
want to
are
use
left?
those to, you see 2 left. Actually, no, excuse me, 3 left. You have 4 advantages. Do you want to use those to crit, or do you want to use those to recover strain?
I will use 1 of those to crit, or 3 of those to crit, and the last one to recover strain.
All right. So, you kill yet another one. So now there are 2 left standing, and that would be your turn. So,
Yep.
next is another PC.
Gonna comlink having a little trouble up here.
I'm going to jab Mel with a stim pack, which will be if I'm reading through these correctly. Stim pack application.
Well, are you talking about stim specialization or application?
Oh, sorry.
Specialization
So
will give you 7 wounds or 7 health.
return. Okay, yep. So that means I will drop 1 stim and that'll be 7 on Mel.
Okay, so you get 7 health
So-
back, Mel.
Thank you.
Now, How much distance can I cover to get over to here? Is that going to be one maneuver?
I would say you can get to. Oops, wrong tool. You can get here with 1 minute. Fuck, I can't. Okay, here with 1 maneuver. Um,
Okay.
the problem is though now because you stemmed Mel, with one
Mhm.
thing, you can't take more than 2 maneuvers.
Mhm.
So the question is, are you going to um basically downgrade your action to a maneuver so you don't have to take strain, or are you going to also want to take an action?
I would like to take an action to be able to go ahead and maybe try to take the pressure off of Jackal as well. So I was just wondering, could I be able to run over to a certain distance, like to be able to get here and shoot
Well, let's
at
see.
wherever they are?
They are technically in your line of sight, so
Yes.
yeah, but the distance would be, I'd say, it looks kind of like long to me.
Mhm. That's
So they
fine.
would still be
I'm
out of
merely
range.
just trying to go ahead and try to get their attention and try to
Okay.
take the pressure off Jackal.
Well, you would be able to get there, but you wouldn't be able to fire at them.
Okay. So yeah, that means I've taken 2 strain for that.
Well, yeah, or unless you want to deliberately downgrade your action to a maneuver, then you wouldn't have to take strain.
Would that mean I can still fire or not?
No, you would not be able to fire.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just downgrade it.
Okay. So that would be your turn.
Mhm.
Next is another PC. So that would be either Mel or Arthur.
I'm okay with passing on this one if
So Mel.
Yep, I can go. I will go back and take cover, just so I'm not in the line of sight if anything pops
Alrighty.
around the corner.
So you take cover. Are you doing anything else?
Can I do anything else?
Well, just to give you a little more context in case you get any ideas. So the droids in this room with Arthur are dead because he went in like the Star Wars kid and just sliced them up. These two mercs are dead courtesy of the resident Earthbender. Um, Said resident Earthbender also spotted a super battle droid exiting the palace. So those are all the closest. Like basically, the super battle droid is the only enemy that you've seen, or at least that you know that's nearby, that's still active. Um, it has not fired at
Okay.
anybody yet.
Which it will soon.
Yeah, very soon.
Um, is
That's
it
something
possible?
that it can see,
Yep.
meaning me.
Yeah.
Is it possible to hold a maneuver to like
Um,
take a shot at it
no,
or no?
no,
I'm sorry, I'm confused with the
that's
game
fine.
with Twilight. Um, I guess in that case, I'll just have taken cover for my.
So you'll just stick with taking cover, or are you going to like move up and fight?
Um, let's use good judgment today, or I could forgo that and try to be a hero. Um, I'll use good judgment. I'll stay in cover.
Okay, so that's your turn.
Sorry, Tritimer.
Um, so next, let's see yeah, the door here opens, and Arthur sees a super battle droid that is going to fire at him. So let's see, target.
I'm dead, aren't I?
No, not even close. Do you know how difficult it is to die in this game?
Yeah, it's very, very difficult. So
No, unless you have a character specifically built for it, but yeah.
Built to die?
Oh, so full
No,
wounds
skill.
doesn't mean you're dead?
Yeah, no. I mean, it means you go unconscious and take a crit, but I'm going to tell you right now that like the crits in this game. So first of all, within like if you don't have any crits right now, um, basically like so it goes from 100 to 150. 150 and higher is like you're dead, but everything else is like usually like you know how because
Just
we've been
like
playing
Alien.
Alien Twilight 2000. Yeah, there's some crits that's like to like running becomes a slow action. Those kind of things. Like that's what lower level crits are. So
the battle droid just throws a Lego at my feet and I step on it, and that's the crit.
Yeah. So, but you do have defense, which I didn't realize. So
That's straight out of a Lego
Yep.
Star Wars game.
Yeah,
I can
so
imagine that.
you do.
I do have defense. Does
yep.
that mean something?
Yeah, that gives him a setback. So
Oh, so that should have counted earlier too.
yeah, I
Technically.
didn't realize that you had defense. So
Okay.
the droid is going to fire at you, and succeeds
Ow.
with 10 damage minus what is your soak?
4.
4, so you take 6 wounds. Are you going? Well, no. Before that, are you going to reflect?
I'm gonna reflect because that'll stop me from getting a crit.
Good idea. Okay, so you take 3 strain, and in exchange you reduce 3 damage. So you
Okay,
would
so
actually
that'll
only be
just be
taking.
3?
Yeah, you're taking 3 wounds.
Oh, not 107.
Yeah. So and then for the droid, it is going to, I guess, pass a boost to the next allied character who goes. So that's the Super Battle Droid's turn. Next is the PCs, which would, I believe, actually be Arthur.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna turn them into scrap metal. I'm gonna scrap this clanker. That sounds kind of like the slur. Ooh.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's clone slang.
Droids don't
For...
have feelings. Don't worry about it.
It felt icky coming off my tongue. Okay. All right. I'm guessing I don't get the bonuses that I got last time.
No.
Okay, so just a flat roll.
Flat roll, 3 purple difficulty.
Okay. Wow.
Sounds like a heavy.
How did I
caveat
fail?
linoleum.
Oh
Hey,
my
at least you got a
god!
triumph and
Everything
the
maxed out.
You got a lot of advantages.
Um,
You just only got
so
one success.
what I
rate.
might suggest with the advantages, you could, so
Can I
your advantage,
re-roll?
unfortunately not, unless you have a talent for it. But no, I'll give you some advice. So what you could do is for the 3 advantages, you could heal 3 strain. And for the triumph, you could either upgrade the difficulty of the droid's next attack, or you could upgrade the in a positive way, the next allied character's check, like next person who goes,
I
which
have a
could theoretically be
triumph
you if
and
you go at this.
advantages.
Yeah.
Are those okay? So I'm gonna upgrade the ability of the next allied, and then can I spend the advantages on increasing my ranged defense? Or
Yeah.
will it attack me ranged here? Because I don't think it has like a beaten stick.
Well, I mean, one way to find out. That's all I can say.
Oh boy, this is where I
Um,
find out that they have beaten sticks.
So, do you want to pass the boost
Yeah.
to the next? Okay.
Boost to next, and then I'll take a ranged
Okay.
defense.
So, well, you're passing an upgrade to the next character who goes and giving yourself 1 range defense.
Yeah.
Okay. So, just remind me of that. Okay, so next, and then the last NPC would be this other super battle droid who is going to shoot at Trenimer. Well, actually, did it already go? I can't remember. I don't think it did.
I don't. Oh no, it did.
Well, no, this
Believe.
one I know that is in the room with you did, but I don't remember. I think the other one, like, he just came out the door. So, yeah, okay. So,
Yeah, I don't see any moves.
well,
but-
it's gonna fire at Trenimer then. You have defense, Trenimer?
Nope. I'm in cover, so
Okay, so technically, yeah, in a sense. So integrated wrist blaster, it takes a setback, and also as a reminder, you guys have 5 light side points that you have not touched this entire game. So, do you want to
What
use
do
it
they
for stuff?
do?
Well, I mean, they
I
can do
haven't needed them.
you can do a lot of things, including upgrading the difficulty of an enemy's check. Like basically, for example, this guy, like before he rolls, you could say, I'm going to spend a light side point to turn one of his purples into a red. So you click the light, and then that gives me a dark side point, but at the same time, it upgrades one of the enemy's purples to a red. So if you want to do that,
good
you
to
can.
know.
Yeah,
I'll probably do that when this guy's turn comes
Okay.
around.
So, does anyone want to do it for this turn, though? Final call. I'll take that as a no. Okay. So he's going to, but he's going to aim and fire Trinimir. Okay, so 11 damage minus soak. Are you going to parry? Or
Well,
stay
I could
crit?
parry, but you mean reflect?
Yeah,
probably.
reflect, right. Yeah, my bad.
Considering the amount of damage that let me see here. I've got 3 strain left, so no.
Well, but the question is, though, do you want to go unconscious from strain, or do you want to potentially get, unconscious from wounds and get a crit?
Well, let me see here. 11 minus 4 soak
Is 7 wounds.
Right, so that is 7 damage left.
Oh, I didn't realize you had that. Okay.
Yeah, if I use 3 strain,
Then you go unconscious,
to
probably.
to reflect. Hold on. To reflect, I I have 3 damage less, so that's 4 damage. And I'm at exactly the strain threshold. 1 more strain and I'm out.
Okay. So is that what you want to do?
Yep.
Okay.
So let me see here. That is 1, 2, 3. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh.
Okay. And for his advantages, he will pass you a setback. Alright, so now it's the top of the order, round 3. In terms of the droid. Oops, I didn't mean to. Sorry, I was right-clicked on a door. Let's see. The droids from before are going to continue pushing the offensive on Jackal. What is your? Did you say you had defense, Jackal?
I'm in cover.
Okay, so that's 1. Let's see. So there's that, and then the distance, and then not a boost. Oh yeah, boost, and then a setback, and then they are gonna fire. And flat roll completely. So they miss.
Yeah.
You
So-
couldn't have rolled that for me?
Yeah, because this is totally like Las Vegas, where there's the thing under the table that stops it before you win. Yeah. Anyway, so that was their turn.
Is. I mean,
I'm going to resume with my original idea.
To help.
I'm going.
Okay.
I'm going to. I'm going to take cover over here. I'm assuming that's rock.
Uh, yes.
Okay. And I will take 2 strain to start shooting at him.
Well, hold on. Did you move once or twice?
Once.
Okay, so you moved once. You took 2 strain to take cover, and then
Yep.
you have an action which you can use to shoot.
Okie dokie. Then never mind. I'm just going crazy. So.
I mean, you'll still take 2 strain if you're going to do a second maneuver, but
Fine. I would like to flip a destiny point to get to upgrade. Oh shit! No, I wanted to flip 1. Why did it do that?
let me see.
Why did it say I flipped twice when I only flipped?
I don't know. Let me see.
once?
It's buggy.
Yeah.
It does
Okay, I
that.
flipped it.
Okay. So I'm only using the 1 blaster.
Don't forget you get a
Getting an
second
upgrade.
because of Arthur.
Oh, okay. Now I'm just double checking a few things. Weapons. Nope, I've got nothing special on these things. I've got accurate, which means I get a boost for that as well.
Yes.
Okay. I don't believe I have anything else special about me. Toughened? No. 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 Nope. Nope. I've got nothing else special about me. I'm rolling. Is the range
You
correct?
upgraded your ability, not like a boost, right?
I've
Yeah,
upgraded, yes.
Okay, just checking.
yeah.
Sorry.
So you
And I
get a
took
yellow.
a destiny point to upgrade again.
Okay, so you should
Oh.
have 2 yellows instead of the 2 like whatever 2 greens you have. So,
So 2 yellows and 2 greens.
well, let me just double check. What is your agility?
My agility is 4.
Okay, you got agility
And I
4.
have a 1 yellow, 3 greens as
Okay,
my
so that would
standard
actually,
spot.
in this case, with 2 upgrades, it'd be 3 yellows, 1 green.
Cool. Then I was correct the first time
Okay.
round. And it's 2 purples.
2 purples for the distance, yes.
Thank you.
Very nice. For the 2
Can
advantages, what's
I
up?
go ahead and bring them out of cover?
Uh, the, with the amount of advantages you have, no. But you can
Damn
give
it.
them like a setback, or you can perform an immediate free maneuver.
Nope, I'm going to put a setback to their next check.
Okay. So, but let's see how much damage they took first. So that's 11 minus 4, so 7. So what is plus? You actually do enough to kill both of them. You fire quick shots and you drop them. So, because they
Okay,
had
then
19
I will
wounds
take
and
back the setback and say I give a boost to the next ally.
okay. Well, you can.
Um,
Well, what you can do is you can
mhm.
actually instead of you. Here's what you can do. For 2 advantages, you could either pass 2 boosts to the next ally who goes, or you could use 2 advantages to pass 1 boost to a specific ally.
I'll actually put out 2 boosts instead of to a specific. I'll put 2 out there for anyone to use.
Okay. So next person who goes gets 2. That would be your turn. Next, let's see. Super battle droids. Hmm. And I also got to remember to remove one of the droids. I'm going to remove the droids now, just before I forget. Okay. So actually, what I'm going to do is, 1, 2. So and then, Jackal, as you're still watching the door opens and you see another squad of droids come out. These ones are at long range from you. That would be their turn. Next is going to be one of the 2 super battle droids. In this case, the one who is engaged with Arthur. He is going to melee. So he is going to, let's see, melee. And you have
Ooh.
defense, Arthur?
I put it into ranged because I thought he was gonna try and
Oh,
shoot
but you
me.
have defense from your armor, right?
Yeah, I have 1 defense
Okay.
for that.
Alright, so he gets a setback. And let's see. That was the weakest hit noise I've ever heard. Okay, so that is 7 damage minus your soak, which you have a soak of 4.
4.
So you take 3 wounds.
Wait, can I wait? Hold on. I think I could parry that.
Do you have parry? Yep.
I do have parry,
Oh, good.
so I just take no damage.
Yeah, but you do take the
You
3
just take
strain.
3 strain.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, this motherfucker like tried slapping me, and I just
You're going weak.
No, he recoils his fist back and tries to punch you, but you catch his fist mid swing. So
give him a wink and a little blow a kiss at him.
so yeah, that droid's turn, and now we got 3 PCs.
I can go.
Go.
Yep. Sorry. I was afraid my mic had cut out. So I'll leave cover. Move.
I'll warn you that if
Oh,
you're thinking
there's
about
the.
shooting that super battle droid, then you would upgrade your difficulty once. Reason being
Okay.
because Arthur is in like engage range, and there's a chance if you get a spare, you might hit him.
Oh, dear.
That said, this other super
Hmm.
battle droid out by the door, um, there is no risk of collateral damage if you decide to shoot him.
If
Okay.
you want to shoot at him and hit me, it's no hard feelings.
Am I able to get within like range of that in one maneuver? Like one move?
Yeah, I mean you're
Or would I
engaged
have
with
to
you're in range with them right now. If you're, well, yeah, I would say move like right here. I won't be stingy about it. Say
Oh.
you right here.
There we
This
go.
distance would probably be medium. So that'd be
Okay,
two
cool.
purples if you're shooting at him.
Yep.
You get
And
the
then
the boost from the accurate,
and
and then you get 2 additional boosts, I believe, from who was it? I think Jackal or Potshot. No, it was Potshot.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Okay.
great. Thank you, Pot.
Yeah, so you get a total of 3
Um
boosts.
cool. Let us roll. Oh, if I target,
That's
then
fine.
it works.
I mean, so 9 damage. Do you want to crit?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Let's crit this thing.
Does now I can't remember, so I'm mainly asking this to Marty. When you crit a rival, and shit, I forgot that the rivals. So I realized that these guys actually have adversary 1, but because I forgot to do that before you rolled, I'm not gonna make you re-roll. But so when you crit a rival, does that instantly kill it?
No, it
Okay.
just it goes just like a regular like a nemesis. The only time that you the only adversary that you kill instantly with a triumph or with a crit is a minion.
Okay. So
Rifles can take crits just like everything else.
okay. So let's see. So first, so the damage is 9. So this droid takes that amount of wounds. For the crit, and then let me see. So if I have it selected, and then I do crits, table critical injuries. Let's see if I did this right.
So is he a minion?
No, he's a rival.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I did that right. So, unfortunately, it was a pretty shitty.
I mean the sheet.
The sheet. He is a minion sheet. But that's because I imported it from that compendium that you made.
Right. Yeah.
So.
I need to fix that.
So.
But I want to make a rifle sheet first.
I know. Well, no rush. I'm just telling you that that's what I'm using because that's what was there by default. Okay, so this rival, so the droid, yeah, takes that crit, and then takes that damage. So that would be Mel's turn, I believe. Okay, next is another
Yep.
PC.
I'll go.
Okay.
Did I hear that Alcus is going?
I'll go after if you don't mind.
That'll be Jackal to you, but yeah.
Oh, right. Did I say Alcus?
Yeah, you said.
Yes, you did.
Oh, whoops.
I can bring him back if you want.
No, we're good. So,
Uh-oh.
anyway, yeah, Jack will go on ahead. So.
It's fine. It was funny.
So, but yeah, so basically, yeah, just to recap, the droids that were attacking you were killed by Potshot, but another group of 5 just came out of the back door. So,
Fresh target practice.
yep, fresh targets indeed.
And there's 2 boosts.
Well, wait, the 2 boosts I think were already used.
Oh.
Yeah,
Balls.
yeah, Mel used them.
Don't worry, I don't need them.
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
he's
true, you don't.
integrated 2 boosts, and if you true him, then he gets another one and 2 upgrades.
Teehee.
Wait, mother, remind me not to piss off our sniper.
Most snipers you don't want to piss off.
Well, especially a
anyone
certain
general.
sniper, but
Oh God,
he
don't
who shall
remind
not
me.
be named. So, no, I'm not even talking about Pinpoint. I'm talking about fucking Simmons.
Oh.
Where is he now? Probably prison.
Yep. No,
Anyway.
forget probably, definitely. That's the word. He was transferred to Fort Jail, so.
Fort Jail.
So.
All right.
Yes.
Wonderful. So that is 2 upgrades, 3 boost, average difficulty.
Jesus. Oh boy.
And there's a +3 to that damage from
15.
Yep.
So let's see,
Deadly accuracy.
15
Pierce
minus
3, 15.
So they take yeah. Let's see. So yeah, you kill 2 of them.
Once again.
Yep.
And I'll just recover strain with that advantage.
Good. Okay. And next, which I believe was Arthur who was going to go.
All right.
Now, like I said, I did realize, oh shit, these guys have adversaries, so you are going to be upgrading one of your purples to a red. However,
Oh my fuck.
if you want, you can use a light side point to counteract that.
I was gonna use it to upgrade.
Well, you can do that too.
I'm gonna do that.
I mean, you can only do one of the 2, of course, but
Yeah.
okay. So you're going to upgrade your ability.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 1 red and 2 purples. Or actually, no, yeah, 1 red, 2 purples. And the reason why it's 2 purples is because, you know, again, the cumbersome of your lightsaber.
Yeah. Oh boy, oh boy. All right. I technically have a higher chance of succeeding than failing.
Yeah, and you can aim or not.
Wait, how do I?
Well, you can roll 1 boost and then see if that does anything. Like aim is a maneuver that gives you a boost.
What does that do? What does that take to do rather?
So in each turn you get an action and a maneuver. And a maneuver can be things like aiming, taking cover, moving, using a stim pack, that sort of stuff. And you can aim with anything.
How would I roll just 1 boost?
Okay, you see to the left of public roll at the bottom, there's a dice icon.
Yes.
Above the chat, yeah. Click that, click boost, and then roll 1. Like they just rolled the boost. Yep. Okay, so that's actually 3 successes. So that's 9 damage.
0 advantage.
Yeah, 0 advantages. Cancel at the threat. So you get 3 successes. That is 9 damage with breach. So that droid, yeah, it takes a very, very bad hit. Like you slash at him with the lightsaber, and you can see like there are like sparks and smoke coming off of him. He's still standing, but yeah, you winged him pretty good.
Fuck yeah.
So that would be Archer's turn. Next is an NPC. Let's see. So the super battle droid. Let's see. So these droids went, the ones that shot at because I think the super battle droid swung at Archer. So the last one is just this one at the door. So he is going to fire at Mel. Target Mel, and then is going to. Do you have any defense, Mel?
Nope, I just have soak.
Okay, so he's gonna aim and yeah, target fire. Okay, so he is going to. That is 10 damage, and with the triumph, let's see, he is going to upgrade the difficulty of your next check.
Well, so 10 damage, but so 4, so I only take 6. Okay. So yes,
Okay.
it's that number. Jesus.
All right.
Basic math is hard sometimes.
Yep. Indeed it is. Worst subject in school. Anyway. Okay, and then last we have a PC, which if I'm not mistaken would be the Earthbender.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna see if I can I can do my thing.
Well, I will warn you that you have currently. Well, hold on. Let me see. Are you by a rock right now? No. You have currently exhausted your supply of rocks, at least where you're standing right now.
Okay, where's the closest?
Because
I can pick one up at long range.
Oh my god. Okay, well then in that case I'm not gonna. I would say the closest would probably be medium range.
Yeah, easily.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Like this place isn't like there are rocks, but there are not lots of them.
Right.
So
Well, there we
Is a
go.
tree applicable?
I'm going to upgrade.
okay.
There we go. Please let it be.
Oh shit!
But I have one advantage, and I've got a triumph. So, for the advantage, I'm going to reduce my strain by 1. And
Wait, reduce it or not, or remove it or recover it.
well, recover 1 strain.
Okay. What about the triumph?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you could
Lem-
give yourself or somebody else an upgrade.
That he needs to upgrade. That droid group needs to upgrade. Its next
Okay.
check.
Got it. All right. That works.
And I'm coming out of. Can I move over here?
Yes.
Out of line of sight of them?
Yes. Yeah.
Consider it done.
Okay. So that's your turn.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm going to be out of cover. There we go.
Okay. So let's see. All right. So NPCs. Next is going to be the oh boy. I'd say this group of droids that came out of the door is going to they look to their right and they're like clone target spotted and are going to fire at pot shots. So that's medium range.
And they have got a setback because I'm in cover.
Very good. Okay, thank you for reminding me.
And also for
doesn't your-
defensive 1.
Yep. So that's another setback. But they are going to aim.
Ooh.
Doesn't matter. They
And
miss.
fail.
Their advantage is they let's see, they pass a boost to the next ally who goes, and that is their turn. So next we got a PC, and honestly, just about everybody's in a pretty dire situation right now.
Who is?
You know, maybe we could, everyone who wants it, we get together and we roll a die for that many people, and whatever it lands on.
I don't know. All I can say is that you should just, somebody just rolls. So who would like to go?
I'm going to attack these guys here.
Okay.
Okay. So the blaster boost because of my accuracy. What was the rule in relation to using 2 weapons?
So if
at
you're going to
once?
dual wield, you add an extra purple.
Okay. And do I gain an extra boost from that other
No.
pistol? Okay,
No.
that's fine. Just thought I'd ask.
And they are medium range from you.
Yep.
Okay, good news. You can hit with the second pistol for that second advantage. Or you have 3 advantages that cost 2 to activate the second pistol. So
Yep.
let's
Roll
resolve
again?
damage for. No. Basically, it's effectively linked.
Okay, cool.
So you do let's see, 9 damage minus their soak, so you do a total of 10 damage.
Sweet.
Which is basically, you with like 2 pistols in your hands, you hit one droid with one pistol and then hit the other droid with the next. So there's only one droid
Cool.
standing and he's taking a lot of damage. You have 1 advantage left over. What would you like to do with it?
Boost to the next character.
Alrighty. So next is
What is that?
I don't know. Next is going to be a.
Someone's got a squeaky chair.
Yeah, no shit.
My bad.
Next is
I
going to
thought I was
be
muted.
the super battle droid who is firing at Mel. who is going to have. Actually, hold on. I need to double check something. 1, 2, 3. I need to remove one of these combatants because there are only 3 hostile groups left standing. So this guy is going to fire at Mel. So I believe he gets let's see, a boost from the droids for the battle droids, a difficulty upgrade from Mel
From me.
or from
Yep.
Trenimer, and then an upgrade for himself. I think because of his triumph, or the triumph pass from somebody else. Actually no, excuse me. It is the whatchamacallit. I think it was Mel who gets an upgrade, not the droid. My bad. So I'm gonna just have 1 red and 1 purple. Okay. So he is going to fire, and he misses. That 1 advantage, he's going to pass a boost to the next droid, who is actually the other super battle droid. So that super battle droid is going to once more try to melee Archer. So target.
Man.
So he gets.
Would it be too greedy to ask to spend a point on a setback for this dude?
Well, it wouldn't be a setback. It would upgrade his difficulty.
Or upgrade his difficulty, rather. Would that be too greedy?
No. I don't think so.
Yeah, flip the point and it'll happen.
Destiny points are theirs to be used for whatever purpose.
Yep. And
All
don't
right.
worry, I'm
Yeah,
going to eventually
I'm afraid
start
I'm
using
gonna
them.
die.
So. Well, again, don't be too worried about death, because, you know, like, the worst crit you could get would be, like, 100, but even that's not death.
Okay.
So.
You'll just have something hanging off you just for a bit until
Right,
someone
so
says,
upgrade
medic!
difficulty, and let's see how this goes.
Oh, that didn't fucking help me at all.
So he is going to, yeah, with his 3 advantages, he melees at you. Well, first, are you going to parry?
Do I?
How much strain do you have? You have 10 out of 14, so parrying won't send you over threshold.
What if I get a single oopsie poopsie point? Okay, what does that critical 5 mean?
That means how many advantages he needs to have in order to be able to activate a crit.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna parry so I don't take damage.
Okay, so you take 3 strain. You reduce that damage to down to 4, and then you have 4 soak, I believe. So that,
Yep.
yeah, you don't take any damage.
Thank God.
Okay, so, and next it's 4 PCs in a row. So who would like to go?
I would like to smash this motherfucker.
All right. You may do so. I just need to double check something. Potshot, did you pass anything? I can't remember. I think you passed 1 boost.
Boost.
Okay, so Archer, you would get a boost. Keep in mind that you would get one of your purples becomes a red because of his adversary.
Yeah. Okay. Watch me fail.
No.
Never mind. Oh, and I'm gonna aim too, because I have the maneuver. I'm not using it for nothing else.
Oh, there you go. So that brings up to a 10.
Okay. Sweet.
Okay, so yeah, so I would say you're activating linked with those 2 advantages?
Probably. I mean,
Okay.
unless one will kill it.
Yeah, 1 is enough to kill it.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna obliterate this motherfucker, then calm down a little bit with the rest of that.
Yeah, the advantages you can use to recover 2 strain.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
So yeah, you just absolutely, terminate the droid, and he is now dead.
Sweet.
Okay, so that was Archer's turn. His little tango with death. Next, so let's see, we've had Hotshot go, Archer go. All right, who's next?
Jackal,
I can.
Mel, or Tremor.
Nope. Go ahead, Jackal.
I mean, you can go first. Your situation's a little more dire.
Well, I mean, you all basically go right like
I got
back to
plenty of
back,
range.
so
This is fair.
True.
I'll
Okay,
take a shot then.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm indecisive as hell, man. Just go. Just gonna keep
No, me
chattering.
too. I get it. All right. I am going to take aim at these these droids at the door.
all right.
And by that I mean true aim, of course.
Yep. Ye gods.
Oh my god, that is 18 total damage with my deadly accuracy.
And Pierce 3.
My God, man.
Yeah, and you want to know
You
the
just
funny?
shot straight into his chest and blew him up.
You want to know the funny thing? This droid had 1 point of health.
Talk about
I don't think we'll
overkill.
find pieces of that droid for 3 miles.
Oh my lord. Yeah. So he's history. So that droid,
I'll recover a strain.
Yep. So I will remove combatant. For that dead droid. Okay, that was Jackal. I mean, unless there's anything else you want to do, Jackal.
No, that's my
Okay.
action. That's my maneuver.
Okay.
I'm happy.
So now we've got either Trenimer or Mel. Oh, actually,
Mel,
2
go.
NPCs.
Yep, I shall go. So I will target this dude.
Don't forget he passed you a difficulty upgrade,
Yep.
and
And
he
I
also
will
has
aim then.
adversary,
I get
so
the
that's actually
boost.
2 reds.
Ooh, yikes.
That's fucking dicey.
Mm.
So
Alternatively, you could fall back.
this is true. I will do the smart option and begin falling back.
Okay.
So I'll move and pick up.
Okay.
Get the
Is that all you're gonna do, or? Well, okay, because now I will say, keep in mind you can shoot and then move.
Oh, that's true.
Like you can fire some
Then
shots and then haul ass. So,
yeah,
but instead of
I'll do that.
it
Let's
catches instead of 2 purples, it's 2 reds.
okay.
And actually, I'll make things to give you another point back. That is now 2 reds and a purple.
Okay. So I upgrade difficulty.
Yeah, upgrade difficulty twice and then add a purple.
Okay. And then
But you do get the boost from accurate from your pistol.
yep. Any other boosts or just that's it?
I don't think so.
Cool.
Because I know Alcus uses. Let's see. Oh wow. So that is 8 damage, and then like you said, I'm assuming you're gonna move.
Yep.
So you basically fire some quick shots at it. 8 minus that is. There was slight damage to it, but it's still very much still alive and pissed. Okay, that is your turn, and next is Trenimer.
Um, I think I'm gonna use a stim pack on myself.
Okay.
And recover 5 damage.
Okay.
Get a little bit of breathing room.
Yep.
So that's a maneuver. And as an action, I'm going to swip it, exchange it for a maneuver and aim and give myself a boost for, my next action.
Well, how are you aiming though? You don't have a line of sight on any targets.
I'm focusing with the force.
I'll buy that. Okay. Okay, so the next NPC, or the last droid standing is going to move one maneuver, and then two maneuvers. It's not expecting to literally run directly into a Jedi, but now here he is. So that's his turn. Next is 5 PCs.
Can I sneak up on him? Is that an option?
Well, I mean, you wouldn't really necessarily need to sneak up on him. You could just like run behind him and then attack him.
But like, would I get a bonus from like
For a sneak attack, no.
sneaking up on him? Okay. Okay. In that case, whoever wants to go can. I just thought that if I was able to do that, then
Who was that, Jackal?
No, that was
I'll
Archer.
go.
Oh,
I was.
Well,
yeah,
where's
actually, I was.
Arthur?
Archer is in the building. Like he jumped through the window.
Okay.
So and
Oh,
then
yeah.
I'm just posing this as an idea. If Mal and Trenemer were to fall back, which would allow Jackal to shoot, would that actually be viable? Because he might be able to do enough
It
damage
would
to.
remove that.
Mm-hmm.
That would remove the difficulty upgrade for
yeah,
me.
that's true. So if
Yeah.
you guys back out of the
Is he
way,
is he in short range or engaged?
Jackal's on the way up here. He's at extreme range.
I'm at extreme. However,
No.
I can make that
The
shot.
droid.
Oh,
The
Trenemer.
droid with me.
The droid isn't engaged.
Okay.
So say if you wanted to slash at him with a lightsaber and then back away.
Mm-hmm. That's
That-
pretty much actually what I had in mind.
Okay.
Pretty good thing to have in mind.
Yeah. Just remember that he does have adversary 1.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go. Here we go.
Boom.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at that.
You just get you suffer strain.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
Well, at least I've got one.
Yeah.
At least I've got one.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I actually do 7 damage.
Okay. 7 damage completely bypasses his soak. So
Yep.
is that. So he's
I take 1 strain,
what's up?
and then I move out of the way.
Okay. Good call. So yeah, you slash at the droid as you're backing away, and it hits him pretty well.
Why is that? Oh.
Oh, that shows where you were previously, which I think is like I was confused by that last session, but now that I know what it actually does, it's actually very useful. So, okay, that's your turn. Okay, so now, yeah, Jackal, if you wanted to shoot at the droid,
I would love to.
okay.
Just so I can interject. The warfare skill, is that applicable to be able to go ahead and give boosts to characters in the middle of the battle?
By default, no. I think there might be talents that let you do that, but
Okay.
like as far as I know, that's not a thing.
Yeah, because basically I was just doing a quick read up to see if that could somehow maybe I could go ahead and give him advice on how to maybe better his chances of actually hitting the target, but since it's not applicable, then never mind.
All right. Well, I'll start building this dice pool if there's
Okay.
nothing else.
He has the only thing to keep in mind is this droid again has adversary, so you're taking a difficulty upgrade.
Yep. Upgrade difficulty. I'm true aiming, of course, and oh, it is extreme range, so that's 3 base difficulty for me.
Yep.
All right. 1 red, 2 purples. How bad can it be?
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. 18 total with
18
my
Pierce
deadly
3.
accuracy.
So Pierce 3. Yeah, you this one's dead. So care to narrate your kill?
I can imagine Trenemer almost like backflipping out of the way, and right as he's jumping away, I'm gonna put a shot right past where he was standing into the droid.
Nice. So yeah, this droid is done for. So yeah, mark him as dead, and with that, we are finally out of combat.
Awesome.
So
Woo, yeah.
Let's
So,
go.
yeah, when the dust is settled and everybody is bleeding profusely, but speaking of which, everybody, if you want to recover strain, roll either discipline or cool with no difficulty dice, like no purples,
Mhm.
and then each success gets you 1
Discipline
point
or
of stress or
cool?
strain back. Yeah.
And can I be
When
able
you
to
said-
start
The same for
doing
me.
heals to people's wounds if possible?
Yeah, you can do medicine checks. Okay, so
Is it every success is 1 strain heal?
yep. So Jackal gets one strain removed. Trennemer gets 3. Archer gets 3. So I think Mel is fully fine, and then just we need Potshot.
Yeah.
So
Do the advantages not give
they
him
don't do anything.
Okay. Uh, can I like take parts off of these droids, like whatever might be useful or valuable?
Uh, they don't have any such things. Like it's
I
not like
see.
you can't really loot them because like for one thing, their weapons are built into their bodies.
Even the B1 units?
Well, no. Well, I'm talking about because he was in engaged range with the B2. Like the
Oh,
B1s,
right,
you
right,
can
right,
you
right.
can take their carbines, but they're like cheap, inferior, mass
Shitty
produced.
carbines. You
Yeah,
really
they're
don't even want them.
yeah, you don't want them.
Are there any that are like semi-intact and could be repaired and maybe repurposed?
Yes, but I mean, again, they're not really valuable in any way, shape, or form. Like the weapons that the Separatists issue their droids are like literally mass-produced weapons that are built like that they overheat
Oh,
and they're of lower reliability, which would
I
pose problems for organics, but not for a bunch of mass-produced droids.
I don't mean the weapons. I mean like the droids themselves.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, same
They're
deal.
Chinese quality. Let them go.
Yeah, I would.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'd say that this just isn't really applicable.
Medicine check. Is that a 2 purple difficulty?
Well, it depends on how many wounds the person has. Like for example, um, let's see.
I'm
So if you were,
exactly at half. I'm a good example here. Cody, sorry.
go ahead.
So I'm exactly at half. So I would be a 2 purple. If I had more wounds, it would be 3 purple. But if I had less wounds, it would be only 1 purple. I would like to refer you to the handout in the compendium.
Okay, handouts.
I don't think we have access to that.
Yeah, I don't have. I don't think I imported it from the compendium. Which one's it called?
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
Yeah, what's it called? And then I'll do
It's the FFG handouts.
it. FFG handouts.
It could very well be. I sent it over to you for sure.
Oh,
It was-
well, I must not have gotten it then because I don't have it in the compendium packs.
I'm looking.
Either way, we'll deal with that later. So in terms of the medicine check, so yeah, like we'll just do it one at a time. So for example, if you're going to heal Trenimer, he's a 2 purple medicine check, and each success will recover 1 point of 1 point of health.
Every success, 1 point of
Yep.
health. Yeah. 2 successes, 2 advantages.
And I think advantages can heal strain, right?
Nope.
Oh, they can't.
They can if you say they can.
I mean, you're rolling against difficulty.
I'll
No,
say the
no. What I'm saying is, they can if the GM says they can.
I think probably being able to tend to their wounds, they would actually, in a sense, actually recover their strain in the whilst being
well,
attended
the way
to.
I'm
It would
saying
make
is
sense.
I'm thinking maybe like if yeah, I'll say this. Maybe if you get threats that gives people strain, but if you get advantages that recovers strain.
Mhm.
So if you
That's
guys agree to that, then that's what we'll do. So
Yep.
okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right,
that.
then. So yeah, in that case, whenever you get advantages on medicine checks to heal wounds, then that also recovers strain.
But
Just out of
ro-
curiosity, with the
Well, hold
Bacta
on. Let Marty.
specialist, it says.
Let Marty speak for
Oh,
a second.
sorry.
but rolling threats increases strain.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
the flip side, guys. That's
Yeah.
the flip side.
Yeah.
So
Careful
anyway,
what you ask for. You might get it.
Now, would this be classified as long-term care?
no, because you're healing him like right after a battle.
I'm only asking because the Bacta specialist is only applicable if I have a Bacta tank or recovering wounds from Bacta tank or long-term care. So I was just wondering if
Yeah.
this is applicable because I know I haven't got a Bacta
Right.
tank.
So in this case, no, we're not.
Nope, then that's fine.
Okay, so you've healed Trenimer. Next,
Yes.
who are you going to heal?
Who's the next person that needs some tender loving care?
I mean, fuck, everybody got shot up, so. I think
Okay, so
I think
that's
Artur has the lowest.
Yeah, I got slapped pretty good. Actually, I didn't get slapped. I got shot.
okay.
I didn't
So
get
hold on.
slapped at all.
Hold on. So what's your wound?
10.
So he's
Oh, trust. Yeah.
well,
yeah.
he's going to be that's going to be a 3 purple medicine check to heal him without a stim pack.
Yep, that's fine. I'm more than happy to do this.
Can you aim the stim pack?
No, but yeah.
Just give me
No, but you
one
can you can use med packs in the field that give you a boost die.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you should have had a fucking Dex. You had the what you call it? The
aid patch.
no, the
The
medical backpack that gives you a boost for all medicine checks.
Oh
So
shit!
roll
hold on,
boost
here-
for
And of course you stick. Of course you skip me.
no roll. Okay, so he gets an additional point of strain. Trenimer. He recovers a strain. So
Yep.
Okay.
So then what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm going to do very quickly because I actually found out that I can add modifiers to this. So I'll quickly just sort this out. Boost. This is to medicine, and it's a value of 1. Close. So now, if I do medicine, perfect.
Oh,
It's
where-
automatically adding the boost for me.
Where do you do that?
You said Artrum is a difficulty 3.
yeah. Okay, so he gets 3 wounds recovered and recovers 2 strain.
Next person.
That would be me.
Well, no, Arthur, you just got healed.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
You lost 3. You basically recovered 3 wounds, and then you recovered 2 strain.
Apologies. I thought you were re-rolling for...
No. I rolled a boost to give him an extra strain recovery, and it's you who's regained 3 stress. 3 strain wounds and 2 strain.
Cool.
Okay.
Fuck it. I'm just gonna. Mel, what's your wound number?
I'm at 8 of 12, so I think you're doing like 3.
Yeah, it will be
The
3.
difficulty.
Holy shit, we got mauled.
Okay, so
Or you gain a strain.
well, good thing her strain was full. So like it's just like yeah, so you get 4 health, but you take 1 point of strain.
My bedside manners is just not rubbing well against you today.
Okay. And then the last person
It's
would be
fine. We
Jackal.
all have our off
Jackal.
days.
Jackal, what's yours?
My what? Sorry.
Your
What's
wounds.
your wound number?
I have 7 of 14.
So well, you're exactly half too. So then it'll be 2 purple.
2 purple.
That is 3. You recover 3 wounds and 1 strain.
Heck yeah.
There you go. See? Not only am I good at blowing people up and giving thorough examinations, but I can tend to your wounds and make you feel like as if I'm that loving mother that you never had.
Just
You
keep
mean
the
like clones
morphine
themselves?
coming, Doc.
Geronimo looks up and like, clone? Mother? What?
A joke. Come on. Please. You have to at least enjoy my little side jokes.
Do I get a lollipop if I laugh?
the potshot's gonna give you that side look as such and go, I don't give out lollipops. I create what would be needed to fill those lollipops with holes. And unfortunately, it doesn't apply to you.
So, okay,
I
so
made that exact same lollipop joke in a Saturday game I have.
so
And
anyway,
especially considering the jokes that we started out with, joking about lollipops is really not a good idea.
yeah. Anyway, so okay, so you guys now you're gonna search the compound.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
I'm not gonna make you go room by room, but I'll say so. As you're searching the clearing out of the palace, the separatist leader that you were sent to find was, as a reminder, his name was Passel Argente. Um, there is no sign of him, but while you're looking around, you actually do come across an active computer that you could potentially hack into, which would be an average computer's role. All eyes turned towards Mel.
Yep.
I can
mean-
assist with that, I think.
I'm
Uh,
more of an analog kind of guy. I motion to my bolt action.
so let's see. So, Arthur has 4 greens. Mel has uh 2 yellows, 2 greens. So Arthur, you could give us an unskilled assist, which gives a boost.
I'll do that.
Okay, so Mel gets a boost. You also get what you call it? The a lot of stuff, honestly. For one thing, do you want to use your data breaker? That gives you 2 boosts.
Sure. I know how to risk being discovered.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah. That's if anybody's monitoring it. But so you get a total of 3 boosts from yeah, for like 1 from Arthur, 2 from or Arthur, 2 from the data breaker. You could use a data spike if you wanted to reduce the difficulty to a minimum of simple, which would mean that you don't actually have to roll, but it's only 2 purple, so it's up to you.
I'll save him if I have
Yeah.
a more difficult job.
Good call. Okay, so do that computer's roll for me, please. Nice. Okay,
Ooh.
so your success is this. Let me pull up the handout. So let me just show players, and then you guys take a read of this. Did that pop up?
Ooh, yep.
There we go.
It's basically like as you're browsing through the thing, you find a journal log, like a transmission that was sent by Argente, and that's what it is.
Interesting.
Seems like the kind of thing we should investigate.
My first question would be, who's Denaria?
So you guys would know. Well, actually, this would be an interesting time for a knowledge check. I would say, for a member of the for a Separatist Council member, um, I would say probably just knowledge education. It would be 2 purple knowledge education for anybody who wants to make the check to know, like see if they recognize
Ooh.
that name.
Is this a
I
significant?
can make that.
Is this person an individual's played a role in the galactic struggle just by any chance?
Would my data goggles give me a
Yes.
boost?
Yes.
Yep.
Frankly, I know.
I keep forgetting that I need to like declare what I'm doing, but I will say it's an education check.
Okay.
With the goggles.
Yeah. So.
Did you say no?
Okay.
Well, what was the question again?
I was just wondering, is this person did this person have a key role to do with
Not really a key role. Like it's not really.
sorry, who played a role in the galactic struggle or anything like that? If
No.
not, that's fine. I just wanted to see because I wanted to use my best role to be able to help us. Education.
Like education is basically the general purpose knowledge skill. If it's something that's a little too specific that one of the other knowledge skills doesn't cover, that you just use education.
That's fine. Just. Oh,
How do I add a success to this?
Okay, so what you want to do is when you go to make your roll, there's an option called fixed results. In a drop down menu, you click that, and then you click the success icon for 1, or you can just type it in.
Okay, cool. Yep, I found it. Thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome.
Then I think everything else is a difficulty 2.
Yes, difficulty 2.
Nope. Don't know nothing.
Okay, so Trenimer and Mel, you two, the name rings a bell with you because you know. Well, actually, Arthur, are you there? No, you're muted, Blitz.
No, I am. Sorry, I
Okay.
haven't fallen asleep yet.
Okay, good. Yeah, that was my next question. Did you want to do this check? It's optional.
Yeah, fuck it, might as well.
Okay, so it's a 2 purple knowledge education check.
Ooh, I'm big brain actually. I might be able to do this.
Yep.
Oh.
Jesus. Okay, so for
Sweet mother, man.
Arthur, Mel, and Trenimer, Denaria is actually Denaria Key, Kee, who is Argente's personal aide. Like basically his assistant. So that's who the Denaria in question is.
Okay.
So basically, Argente sent Denaria on a personal matter of his, like to investigate, because he couldn't because of the Separatist Council being kind of shuffled around.
It's a way
Right.
of putting it.
So, I would say at this point, hold on, I just need to check my notes. Yeah, you actually have an incoming transmission over your Republic, over Republic comlinks. You hear your handler, Captain Cavanaugh, saying, Besh-One-Cherek, this is Captain Cavanaugh. Have you found Argente yet? Over.
Who is she talking to?
You guys. Like,
All
you
of
as
us.
a squad.
I'm too busy to tend to wounds that I would say everyone else is probably going to be doing that with that failure that I did.
I don't think they're here.
So to that she says, very well. Recall to your shuttle and report back to the Paladin for debriefing. Out.
You know, to be fair, we haven't searched the rooms, have we?
Well, I would assume that you
No.
would have like I said, like as you were searching, like, so I'll just simplify it. You don't really find any like treasure or stockpiles of weapons or anything. Like basically the most valuable thing you find, like this place was mostly stripped bare, but there was a computer in the room that had that transmission.
Gotcha. Okay.
Is anyone going to inform the our superior that we basically got information that we should be probably going to Nar Shaddaa?
Yeah, I'll say that. Just to keep you updated. It looks like we have to go to a secondary location. Oh, yay!
But like I said, the captain basically is saying like, once you return to the Paladin, which as a reminder is the Venator Star Destroyer stationed aboard, then you'll be like debriefed and like potentially healed and rearmed and stuff. And who knows? She may very well dispatch you there, but it's currently up to you guys what you're doing right now. So
Well, there's not much else I can do until we get back to the ship. So, are we? Have we done everything that we need?
Think so.
It looks like we're done here.
Man, I
Yep.
sure hope there's something in the fridge when we get back.
Well, if Lunchbox has already gone to it before we even get off the ship, then that says a lot.
Let's try and beat him back. Maybe there will be something left.
Well, he's been waiting in the shuttle, so.
Beat
Oh,
the
fuck.
pilot!
You think he's been during the battle, like, gets up for a quick bite and okay, how's this going? Oh yeah.
Yeah, he
oh,
got into somebody's chicken pot pie.
Understand
yeah,
the
just
reason you don't drink and drive.
It's like watching a YouTube video while you eat, but it's active combat.
well, no, he's like, for all you know, he's parked on a hill and he's just watching the battle play out from like the high ground. He
Yeah, I
just
bet
He's
he's
kinda
like
got
sitting
an
there.
IV full of mashed potatoes.
what? Oh,
Sorry, like a camelback.
oh my God. Yeah.
I could actually just see him sitting there watching everyone blasting at everything, taking hits, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I could have done that. Oh, I would have avoided being hit like that if I actually did this. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah." And he's eating away at the
Yeah,
food.
like commenting like he's watching sports. Anyway, okay, so you guys
Yeah.
are recalling to the shuttle.
Yes.
Okay. And just want to do confirmation. Are you first heading to your ship, to the Venator?
Yes.
Okay.
I
So,
I believe that's what we're doing.
yep. So yeah, and on your way back, like as you're making it to low orbit, by this point the Republic fleet has actually arrived, and yeah, you witness it bombarding the city.
Oh, that's
Um,
bad.
Dear.
Like basically after you left, they didn't even land troops. They just started like shelling it from orbit.
Ooh.
Man, good day to not be a civilian.
And here,
I think
and here I thought I was the dark side today.
Potshot's gonna just check and see if there wasn't any like civilian targets where they're bombarding.
Does it matter now?
Yeah, good question.
What are you gonna do? Unbombard them?
Yeah.
I'm just making sure that they haven't hit anything that's populated with civilians.
They
or
bombed a
any-
city.
It's a city. Cities are
Whoa!
populated with
Hold on.
civilians typically.
It couldn't have been an
What?
abandoned city.
A whole
What is
city?
this city called? Dresden?
Oh god.
Maybe.
Not abandoned, by the way.
Too dark.
But yeah, they like the like the Republic is like the fleet is legit, shelling Murkhana City. So by the time you is there anything anybody wants to do during the flight?
Recover.
Yeah, I would be recovering strain, probably because I think in that time wound wouldn't have recovered.
Yeah, I'll say
probably
that
that
during
much.
during
Yeah,
this
I'm
point,
recovering strain, too.
like I'll just say that you guys can just all simplify. You recover your wounds and strain.
All of them.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? Okay, so you fly to the Paladin, the like the clone deck officer that comms you, gets the authorization code from you, and it says like deck's open, come on in for landing. And yeah, so you land aboard the ship. Well, actually, now there is an important question I have based on discussions last time. Are you guys going to commit to trying to hide and basically keep Republic issued military gear for yourselves, as in the demolition gear and the rocket launcher? Are you going to try to hide that, or are you just going to be honest and turn it in?
I think we should be honest and turn it in. Maybe keep like one bomb or something.
I don't know. That rocket launcher was pretty fun.
Plausible deniability. Oh man, I forgot that rocket launcher under my bed.
Yeah,
Oops.
exactly.
That's some seriously good kit right there.
True. I think Potshot doesn't care if anyone does that, to be honest.
Does what? Turn in the gear or hide it?
Doesn't turn in the gear.
Okay.
I'm very much a Jedi with an asterisk.
So the question is,
Asterisk or a question mark?
so, yeah. So what I would ask is, depending on how thoroughly you're going to be hiding the gear, that determines it's going to be a skullduggery check, I'd say.
What is my skullduggery?
And
I got a yellow and 2 greens.
that's just pretty good.
Yeah, it's better than mine.
I might be the skullduggeryest fella.
I
So,
have 3 greens.
Better than me.
So yeah, you in that case, I would say, depending on how thorough you're going to be, determines the difficulty of the check. But the thing is that if you succeed, that would also determine the difficulty of the maintenance cruise check.
I have an
Oh.
idea.
What, hide it on the actual ship?
As a mechanic, right? I'm thinking I could like build something to like contain it in. Like I don't know,
Are
maybe
you gonna weld it into the walls?
maybe. I mean if we cut open a wall panel and just like weld it in
Well,
behind there.
My point is yeah, that depends on like, yeah, if it's something like, oh, I'm just going to hide it under the seat, then that's going to probably be like a 1 difficulty. But if you're doing something that complex, probably 4. But the thing is that if you succeed, then that means that that's also the enemy's difficulty to try to figure it out.
Could I boost it because of my mechanics?
Because it's not technically a mechanics rule, no. So, I mean, basically just tell me, like, how thorough you're being in trying to hide this, like the extent that you're going to, and that will determine the difficulty.
Put it under the rug.
Weaves
Hey,
it
what's that
into the
rocket
actual
launcher
wall.
shaped hole in the rug?
Well, no, but it's like the clones are just like the ship is its and he like slips and falls in the rocket launcher. It's like, well, there goes that.
It's like the meme of you know, you eat the rocket launcher and they're like, oh man, that guy's got an awfully rocket launcher shaped belly.
Oh, like full on cartoon physics.
Ah.
I love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Like a snake.
Hammer space. Anyway, okay.
I was about to say, you could always turn and say you gone ahead and actually hit it so well that it seems to have blended very well within the actual ship that it looks like as if it's part of the paneling and tubes and stuff.
Well, I mean, again, just tell me what you're going to do so I can determine how difficult it's going to be, like how complex the operation is.
Reasonably complex.
Okay, then I would say take your pick of either. Well, I would say no, it's probably a hard, so 3 purple.
Yeah, I was thinking 3 purple. Is everyone in agreement?
3
Seems
purple, but that's
reasonable.
going to be 1 red and 2 purple.
For you to do.
Use a light side.
God
Yeah.
damn it! I was thinking of using a light side.
Well,
too.
you can.
This
So
is
do
worth it.
So
You
use
can.
it.
Now the
Okay.
catch is that you can't use it to undo what I just did, but you can upgrade your side.
That's what I was thinking anyway.
Okay.
I will do that. And okay, everyone, rub your hands together.
I could hear you doing
And
this.
sing
That's right.
Kumbaya.
Put them together. Put 2, very important 2 little blows of air, and let's go.
You actually did that wrong because you were supposed to
Oh.
upgrade the
Oh.
red as well.
Right.
My bad.
So I would say re-roll that because you might
That's right.
succeed.
You're bad. Yeah,
Oopsie,
that's right.
oopsie.
Do we need to do 2 more blows?
Uh,
That does
let's
not
go with
sound
3
right.
this time because 2 didn't do it.
All right.
All right. Everyone,
Yes.
okay.
Alright, so yeah.
Everyone did their duty, right?
Yep,
Yes. I did
It's
my
done.
doo-doos.
Even the DM. Okay, okay.
GM, but
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Let's see. Okay.
Hey!
All right,
Oh
good.
man, it stressed me the fuck out.
So yeah, you take
Just
2
sweating as you watch
yeah
yourself
2
shoot.
threats, it's 2 strain, So you're too strained, but you do successfully hide it. So where did you say you were hiding it?
Ship probably doesn't have an attic, does it?
I mean, it would have like overhead storage bins, maybe, but
Yeah, that would be like very low difficulty. Probably
I put it like behind some other stuff, packed into one of the storage nets.
Or hide
maybe
it
we
in
could
the
stick
air
it at
vent.
the bottom of the MRE container.
Yeah, there
wait.
you go.
no, just
Lunchbox
bury it,
would-
bury it
Crap,
under,
lunchbox.
bury it under all the MRE wrappers and lunchbox lifter.
Yeah. You know the
What if
maintenance
we-
crew is
what
gonna
if we
hop aboard and they're
wrap
gonna
it-
be like,
what
that's
if
your
we
fucking
wrap it
problem.
in the MRE wrappers, so it looks like a big MRE.
It's a really big MRE. I think,
Okay.
what I said about the rocket launcher
I
shaped
mean,
stomach, I
They
think
said
Lunchbox would be.
they said the mashed potatoes were the bomb, but
Just hide it in lunchbox. I'm just kidding.
I mean, hold on.
Anyway,
No,
okay, but yeah, I know. It's not that far fetched. Anyway, so you make it, you land aboard the Paladin. This is what, and that basically that hiding the, the military, like the equipment was, what, what you were doing during the flight, Arthur. So I needed, before I forget, I'm gonna do a roll. Where is there just a basic fucking clone trooper? I'll just use that. Perception. 3. Before I make this check, does anybody want to flip to upgrade it?
It depends what you're gonna check against.
Well, it's been flipped already, so.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm doing it just to be on the safe side because who knows what Cody's got in store for us.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
Okay.
You fucked up, and we get caught, and it's into the brig for all of us.
So,
Thanks, asshole.
so what I'm gonna do is going to, so you guys land aboard the ship. You all, I mean, including the 2 NPC clones, that, like, one of which was played by Alan. So everybody in Besh-One-Cherek disembarks, and you would know that your operating procedure is to report to the operations center, which is separate from the bridge, to the operations center for a debrief. So, I mean, not necessarily. I would say like it would be probably mandatory for Trenimer to be there because as the Jedi Knight, he's technically the highest ranking member of the squad. Though optionally anybody else who wants to go with him can, or everybody else can just go on their own merry way. Like Lunchbox, you can, like, he's basically like, oh, I'm gonna go restock the fridge. I'll catch up with you guys later. So that's what he goes and does.
The fridge or the fridge and points at the belly?
No, what he means is he's going to restock and hide it in his stomach.
I'm gonna
That's
find
what he means.
a second fridge, so maybe we don't run out so fast.
Maybe get a
At some
fridge,
point
hide
you
it
gotta
in the
wonder that
storage.
maybe he's the fattest clone that you've ever seen.
Do I have to roll skullduggery to hide a mini fridge from Lunchbox?
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And also, I don't want to. I mean, I like the character Lunchbox. I just don't want to dunk him on too much, because that isn't very kind. But anyway, so you guys.
I will attend with Trenimer
okay.
to the operations
So
meeting.
Potshot and Trenimer.
Yeah,
Anybody
I'll
else?
go with
Okay.
Mel.
Mel. So Jacqueline, Arthur, what are you two up to? Okay.
I'll go to the operations center.
Okay. And
I'm gonna
then
going with Lunchbox to make sure we restock on beer too.
okay. All right.
Mixing up characters.
It's a running theme.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys make your way to your right. You make your way to the operations center. You see your like she's a familiar face, the the squad coordinator. I will share pretty much art from the Bad Batch because it's the closest thing I have to her.
Ooh.
Yeah, her and all her beauty. So she she turns around and sees a squad. It's like, Besh-One-Cherek, another fine operation you've pulled. Very nicely done.
Trenimer folds his hands in front of him and basically reports back on what happened. That we couldn't find a target. There were just a bunch of droids and mercenaries.
And she sort of like, kind of has her like fingers to her chin, saying, was there any? Well, obviously, if there were droids and mercenaries guarding it, they must have been guarding the palace. They must have been guarding something else. If Argente wasn't there, did you find anything else?
I believe it was a trap. Trenimer wasn't there when the computer got hacked.
He wasn't.
No.
Oh.
I was outside licking my wounds.
Well then, yeah. Well, does anybody else chime in?
I'm sure
sorry?
Mel would have disclosed.
Well, that's up to Mel.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'll tell her what we found on the message. Like, I imagine I probably took a copy of it and I'll just, show it to her.
Yeah. So she
We
basically
found
takes the data pad and
this.
is reading over this, and she's looking like, we'll have to. We'll go over this. I'll bring it up to command, and you guys will most likely be going out into the field again. So feel free to take this time to rest, relax, get your gear sorted out. We'll have the flight crew technicians tend to your ship, and your usual payment. And she is going to basically, you will each get 500 credits.
Okay.
So she's
Nice.
And
what's up?
what about XP?
Well, no, we're not ending. It's just
No.
like not yet at least. Because we still got another like half hour or so. But yeah, so she gives you like she has each transmitted 500 credits, and saying, is there anything else?
So what's her rank?
She is a captain.
Captain, I'm just curious. Uh, I noticed on the way up that one of our ships was bombarding the planet, especially at the city. Was that a bit much?
She has a bit of a regretful, like, or not like necessarily like personal regretful, but just sort of like a like you can tell that she isn't happy about the decision either. She says that I had no involvement with it, and it wasn't my decision to bomb the city. It was by order of Admiral Tarkin himself.
Talking. I will take this up with the council.
Yeah, that's a big old hunk of collateral damage down there.
Especially with a whole bunch of civilians down there.
Yeah, that's the collateral.
Yeah, I may just be not really a mercenary. I forget the word, but I still
Volunteer
care about
soldier.
civilians. Well, yeah, I may be a volunteer, but I still have a conscience.
Well, Kavanaugh says that, believe me, I do not blame any of you for this, and but per my rank and my role aboard the fleet, there would be nothing I could do to alter that outcome. It is quite unfortunate, though.
Trenimer kind of looks off into the distance and mutters something about nobody takes any responsibility.
Potshot's going to make sure to mentally, in a mental note sort of bit, to go ahead and say, Tarkin. Massive big question marks. Evil? Diabolical? Crazy?
Yes to all the
Needs
above.
psychiatric confinement?
All the above. That's a true answer.
Or the above.
Can we get that in group notes?
What, that Tarkin bombed the planet, or that Tarkin needs severe therapy?
Tarkin? Evil?
Yeah, somebody write that into group notes if you want.
I like that. All right, hold on. I will write
Wait,
in there
nope,
now.
I got it.
Damn it.
Tarkin? Evil?
Loon?
So,
bombing civilians?
Simmons in disguise?
S- Simmons fanboy?
No,
That's
he's Simmons' apprentice.
Oh shit.
Like,
Sith
Oh.
apprentice to Simmons?
Oh my god. Anyway, so yeah, so you guys, do you have any other questions or comments to the captain while you are in our company?
None that I can think of right now.
Okay. Anybody else?
And so when you say recover, what about my wounds?
Your wounds would have recovered as well. Well,
Okay.
just assume like the time that you spent on the paladin, you would maybe like have, because basically what,
Paladin is our ship, right?
yeah, well, the paladin is the ship you're stationed aboard. The Typhoon is your shuttle.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So but basically, yeah, the time, like, so what Potshot was doing, the medical aid was sort of like quick field aid, whereas what you're getting aboard the Paladin is like proper medical, like full scale medical
Long-term
attention with like
tank.
facilities, back to takes. Yes, so that's why you're recovering all of your stuff. And yeah, so the Captain Cavanaugh hands the data pad back to Mel after, like, transmitting a copy of it to, like, the Republic analysts, and she says, like, well, if there is nothing else, then your squad is dismissed.
And she'll turn to the rest of the group. And if you need your actual checkups, don't be afraid to come near me. I'll ensure you get a thorough examination. And she just walks off.
thanks, Doc. I'll keep that in mind. I don't know why I stuttered there, but there we go.
Get nervous at the doctors.
Ironically, yes, but that's just me, the character.
Okay, so you guys, all, like, I assume you disperse if you don't have any other questions for Cavanaugh. And then, so in the barracks, I will, yeah, so what happens, so while you're in the barracks, this is where that previous role comes in. You see some clones enter the barracks, and then one of them, who looks to be like the sergeant in charge, is saying that, I was like, are you the crew of the Typhoon?
Who's asking?
And the officer is basically like sort of explains like basically the armory, like the flight crew, like the sergeant in charge of flight crew details, and like he gives like his clone, like his number and his nickname, which I did not have in mind, but um, yeah, so he basically just, yeah, he's the sergeant in charge of like flight crew maintenance, and so he asks, it's like, now with that out of the way, are you the crew of the Typhoon?
Yeah.
And yeah, he says, so he's saying, while doing maintenance and an inspection of the shuttle, we happen to come across some gear that was not returned to the armory. Why is that? That is standard operating procedure.
Where was it found?
And yeah, and I believe you were saying that you hid them under a bunch of MREs.
I think under the wrappers.
Yeah, he said. Yeah, he said it's like it's like we found it.
Oh, I believe
So,
that basically
what
once
he
we
said.
got onto
Okay.
the
Yeah. So what he says. I've composed myself. He says that we found it under a pile of MRE wrappers. Which, speaking of which, is another I out of character, I'm blanking the word. I think like cleanliness sort of thing, like whatever the official word for it would be.
It's a violation.
Yeah, like he's saying, like it's a violation of like like
Health regulations.
yeah, like health regulations saying like why there were so many MRE rappers aboard the ship in the
you
first
know
place,
what?
to say nothing about the fact that there was an RPG and a bunch of bombs hidden under the MRE rappers. So he
I
basically,
bet Lunchbox went on one of his famous binges, and we just didn't see them underneath all the wrappers.
okay, I would say you're going to do a
You
deception
mean a
roll.
So that's where
deception?
that was.
I was wondering. I thought we lost it in the field.
So you're doing a deception roll.
Yeah.
This guy has, or yeah, deception against his discipline, which is 3 reds.
3
Um,
reds.
Yeah.
Now don't
Oh
fuck
my
up.
God. I'm
But
feeling like
next time when you hear me say, or when you hear Dax say, stop talking, this is what he means. This is what we
Arthur.
refer to.
Oh my god.
Well, you got a triumph.
Oh, oh Jesus.
How badly did that go?
One failure, one threat, one triumph.
So
Oh,
I'll say the triumph is that he doesn't like, you know,
Court-martial me?
well, he doesn't like. He's going to basically, like he's saying, I'm going to be reporting this to, to my supervisor, who may potentially report it to yours. And I cannot say the, well, actually, well, and you were saying, what was the excuse before I go any further?
Lunchbox must have gone on one of his famous binges, and we didn't see the.
Well, okay, yeah.
See the
So then what he said,
firepower
when he
left underneath
says,
the wrappers.
then what he says is, is like, well, you should have been more thorough. This is a violation of Republic regulations and blah blah blah. And basically, he's saying that he's going to be reporting this to your supervisor. So,
Full rank option on this.
I think he has the rank.
yeah, you don't
What is
have
his
the,
rank?
he's a sergeant, but the thing is, Jackal is basically a private. So,
I'll pipe up.
volunteer.
I'll pipe up since I'm a lieutenant and try and say, Sergeant, you do realize that I was attending to a lot of the injuries on board that ship, and we basically just threw everything in there, and unfortunately that rocket launcher did land into that lovely pile of wrappers, and yes, we should have cleaned up after everything, but when you're attending to wounds, you tend to not think about trying to be clean and efficient when you're trying to, well...
Are the blood stains a health code violation too?
and he says, well, I mean, it was our operating procedure to clean that, but that is like, again, out of character. Like he basically would say that, like, that's like something that kind of comes with the job. Like, you're going to get shot up, you're going to bleed. You're not going to leave like a bunch of
But we
MRE
can't
wrappers lying
bleed.
around the fucking ship.
You do realize that as I said, where I was, basic first priority was attending to the wound, and basically if something got lost in the process, you know what? Things get lost when you're trying to attend to people, and sometimes when they're just cooling down, they tend to forget to do standard procedure. We did go through a very, 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 very tough task of actually trying to deal with a whole lot of battle droids and so forth.
talking.
So,
Stop.
Force whispers.
I'm already hearing it.
Stop talking.
so, but the sergeant doesn't budge, and he says, well, either way, this is being reported to Captain Cavanaugh, and he looks to the troopers, with with him, and then they turn and leave the room. Though also, I will add that before you left, he would also mention that the gear has been, confiscated and has been returned to the armory. So, and I'll also say, because you got a triumph, the triumph is that could have gone a lot worse.
Yeah.
So
No, that's what I was.
the triumph is me going easy.
He's letting us off with a warning and a report, rather than,
Yeah, he's
fighting us.
not like doing like criminal charges against you for trying to steal. Because here's the funny thing: is there was this story I read on a Quora post, and there was this guy who was saying like, yeah, at one point I heard of this guy who once tried to smuggle an AR, like an M16 lower receiver off of base so his brother could build an AR-15. He's now cooling his heels off in a military prison for 30 years, dumbass.
30
Oh
years?
my
30
God.
years
Wow.
for trying to steal the
For
lower receiver of an
M16
M16.
receiver.
Yeah, of all things. Just so his brother could build an authentic M16. But anyway,
Not even anything
Holy
nice.
shit.
yeah. So, yeah, don't fuck with the
30
military.
years?
30 years.
Damn.
So basically, that could have
Military
very well
secrets are
happened to
well.
Jackal. Depending on
You
how
know,
badly
as
he...
much as I miss my turkey sandwich, Lunchbox almost got us a good excuse.
Almost. So, yeah, whatchamacallit, the sergeant, like, so after he and the two clones with him leave, uh, you have a bit of downtime. So the question is, do you want to, because I mean, ideally before the end of the session, I want to get you guys your next mission, so like it's like the adventure continues kind of thing. But is there anything in the here and now that you would like to do? Now that Jackal got caught, tried to throw a lunchbox under the bus. Shit, that was
Oh
funny.
dear
I
God.
wasn't blaming him and saying he's the one who was hiding it. I'm saying,
I know,
oh,
but you were trying to use him as a scapegoat, kind of like you're saying, like, well, it's because of
I
lunchbox
was
that we
using him as an
forgot.
excuse. Anyway,
Just
I need to buy stim packs.
convenient.
I used my only one.
Well, yeah, you can buy you can buy like certain supplies from the Republic Armory aboard the ship. Like they don't just hand them out like they're running for office, but it's like if you need Stimpaks, then you can buy some. They don't give you them because they don't grow on trees, but
Yeah, I'm buying some with the credits. I'm buying 5.
alrighty. Anybody else want to buy anything or do anything else?
Yep, I'm gonna probably have to get some more stim packs because everyone seemed to have needed it a lot for this mission. So, yeah.
I have an extra reload on hand.
Bloop, 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 bloop. So,
You know what?
I'm spending 150 to come up with a stim pack number of 7 to replenish.
Okay.
Doot, doot, doot. That brings my total down to 385. And I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I'm gonna buy the last extra pockets for my modular backpack as well.
Yeah, you can do that. Okay.
There's 45 credits for those.
So, in the meantime, yeah, so are there any other conversations or anything anybody else is having, or do you want to skip to when you get your next set of orders?
Let's do that to avoid getting into even more trouble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
I think that's
This
good.
is true.
Oh god. Okay. So, yeah, so some time passes and you would hear like that like sort of low alarm from like in the so in the Bad Batch in season 2 when Crosshair's on that base on Coruscant, there's an alarm like the wake up alarm or like the alarm that signals him to report here or there. You guys get your next set of orders, which is let me just pull them up here. Like it's a transmission from wait, what? Oh, here's the right thing. One moment, please. Show players. All right. And have a read of this.
Ooh. Ha. And Argent's aid is the
Is Denaria the one
started
from
with
before?
a D. Yeah,
Yeah.
Denaria. Got it.
Hey, is there a way that you can make these once we've had them that you can allow us to see them again?
Yeah, I can set them to observer so you can review them.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, let's see. Configure ownership so all players are now observer for that one. They are now observers for that one and observers for that one. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. So also, and then
Looks like
the two civilian outfits that you are offered, you have your choice of one of two things. Where are they? You can get banal apparel or concealing robes. And the difference between them is banal apparel gives no soak at all, but upgrades the enemy's difficulty to recognize you once, so they get a red if they try to do like perception to see you. Or you can get concealing robes, which has a soak of 1, and it adds a setback for the enemy to notice you.
Can
But
I
again, those
put
are
that on top
optional
of the
to wear.
armor?
No, they like you can't wear it over armor. It's a separate thing.
So that would be armor. And what did you concealing? What?
Either banal apparel or concealing robes.
Okay.
Sorry,
Creek.
did I just...
One soak, you said?
1 soak for concealing robes. And it adds a setback for the enemy to detect you. Like basically, if somebody's somebody's specifically trying to recognize you, then that adds a setback to their roll.
And the other one's called, sorry, paneling?
Banal apparel, which is BANAL apparel, which has no soak at all, but it upgrades the enemy's difficulty to recognize you once.
I think the concealing robe is probably the better option, especially when you get this +1 soak onto that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now the thing here, she did say it is optional,
Yes.
but strongly encourages us to
Yeah,
use it.
because if we wear Republic armor down there, it's not going to go well for us.
Yeah, like you're operating outside the Republic's authority in the criminal underworld. And if you're wearing like clone armor and weapons and you have like, a lightsaber and stuff like that, then you're going to stick out like a sore thumb. Which
Imagine
basically
being
the danger
one
there,
SWAT guy in the ghetto.
pretty much, yeah.
Hmm.
Because the thing is also, because remember, you are also looking for a member of the Separatist Council. So that, like, the risk there, is basically like, do you want your target to catch wind of you and get away?
For the Jedi Commander armor I have, it says it's just a loose plates of armor, like fitted over a loose robe. Would that be like recognizable? Like, would
Yes.
someone see the guy in the robe and think, okay,
I mean, with the armor plating and the lightsaber, yeah.
gotcha. Can I turn it inside out?
No.
Okay. I mean, we can still take them with us, so we might as well take the clothing and take it anyway.
Yeah, no, keep in mind though, also, just for clarification, each character can pick one or the other. So, like, you can't have both.
Okay. What was the robe called again?
The robes were concealing robes.
Robe.
Concealing robe.
I'll go for those. And these are being offered to us for free.
Yeah,
Right?
you get one of the two for like free of charge.
Well, I'd hope they're not like, all right, that'll be $500.
No. They're paying you, or like they're giving you one of the two clothing sets for free, and they're also giving you 1,000 credits if there's anything else you need to get.
Okay. Is that a budget of 1,000, or we just get 1,000?
It's a stipend.
Yeah, you get 1,000 though.
I think stipend is the right word here.
Yeah, because here's the thing: is that because it's also she said in the briefing that you could use that money for things like bribing the locals or like if you need to pay to land at a spaceport, then you've got that covered, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's spending money.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Wouldn't hurt to get some extra gear though, too.
Well, what we can do is, because I don't want to, spend the rest of the session doing a shopping spree because there's a bit of a cliffhanger I have in mind.
Yeah.
What you guys can do is, over the course between this session and next, just kind of figure out like what sort of stuff you might want to buy, and then get back to me on that. But yeah, so we'll assume that you kind of do that stuff whether you're at the ship or on Nar Shaddaa. And then is there anything else you want to do before you leave?
Nope.
Okay. So you pile aboard your ship, and you are going to chart a course for for Nar Shaddaa. Now the question I have for Marty is, would Trenimer be meditating aboard the Typhoon on your way to Nar Shaddaa?
Considering his brush with the dark side, you're damn right he is.
Okay, so I'm going to. The question is, do you want that? Because your racial ability is like a little glimpse of the future. Do you
Right.
want that now, or do you want that at the start of next session?
Now, please.
Okay, let me just DM you that. So yeah, as you're all traveling in hyperspace, Trenimer is meditating, and that is your vision.
Okay.
So, is there anything anybody else wants to do before we, wrap up for this session?
Nope.
Okay. Well, yeah, and then Tronimer, you can go over what you discovered with everybody else whenever you feel it's appropriate. But for now, I guess we can conclude here. I'm going to follow the cue of the GM of the game that I'm in on Saturdays with Emily and Marty, and just say everybody gets a flat 20. So everybody gets 20 XP to spend.
Alright.
Nice.
Sweet.
So let me just. I also have a XP log that I've been keeping track to see how many. Let's see. So. Because the problem is with leverage, I wasn't really keeping track of how many XP I was doling out over the course of the campaign. So it's like players were like, and especially where some people weren't consistent about it, I was like, oh shit, who has the most? So I often was resorting to just checking Marty's because I had a feeling he was probably doing the best bookkeeping. So, yeah. So, yeah, like I said, anybody who wants to spend XP can do so now, or you can do it later. But if not, what?
Did we get any XP the previous session? I forget.
Yeah, you got 15, but I don't.
Okay.
I mean, I know I tallied it up for Blitz because he wasn't there for the whole thing, but I don't know if you did or not. But yeah, everybody, like the current earned XP, not counting the heroic play, is 35 total.
Yep, that's what I had. I was just checking because it's not in my notes, but I added it to the Foundry. I was like, let me just make sure.
What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna make that XP log. I'm gonna set that to observer so everybody can see how much XP you've earned. Okay, there's that.
Is that a journal?
Yeah, it's in journal entries, XP
There it
log.
is. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, ow, ow.
So,
So-
what's up?
Oh.
Any other questions, comments, concerns?
No other no concerns in relation to the experience earned. Cody, probably after we finish session, I might need you to quickly help me sort out something with the armor for like standard stock armor.
Sure.
Okay.
Other than that, is there anything else anybody has in mind?
Nope.
Okay. Well,
Nope.
in that case, and that's a wrap for this session. Hopefully, everybody had a blast with it. It was
Oh, yeah.
especially
Oh yeah, this was great fun.
especially when you guys got confronted by the fucking deck officer. Oh shit.
Shit
It's a good thing
indeed.
we put it just under the pile of MREs.
We need to resolve my my
Yes.
conflict.
Yes. Okay, so you know how to do that, so do that.
I need to roll a d10, I think.
Yeah, it's a D10, but I don't remember what. I think it's like if you get an odd number, you go up or something, or it's the other way around.
Well, no. Hold on, because I have that handout in my own game here. Oh no, that wasn't it. Hold on. I do have the PDF open. Once I find the PDF tool, here it is. Or rulebook. Yep. Morality.
Oh. Who is it that plays the computers person again?
Mel.
Yep, that'd be me.
Mel. I'm just looking through, gear and stuff for utility options. You can get a mem stick. It's basically just a flash drive. If we get any more computers with interesting data, it might be good to copy that stuff. Because we're going for intel gathering.
It's a good point.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. Yeah, add that to yet the growing list, like the ever growing list of things that I didn't realize were in this game.
There's a lot of just random utility gear, which is why I'm scrolling through it.
Yep.
I picked up what's called an urban compass. 125 credits. Removes 2 blacks from checks to navigate urban environments due to unfamiliarity, traffic, or travel hazards, and grants a boost to find information about an urban environment, including city operations, landmarks, and businesses.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
Especially,
I
really
have
useful for going to an unfamiliar city.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's perfect. It evens out.
Guys, I think it's perfect.
so what does that mean? That you don't gain or lose any, or
Correct. Yeah. So, where are you? At the end of the session, a player tallies up the conflict his character has earned and then rolls a d10. If the roll result is less than the amount of conflict he earned during that session, he subtracts. Then he subtracts the roll result from his conflict and then decreases the PC's morale. If the roll result is greater than the amount of conflict that he's earned, he subtracts his conflict from his roll. So, in other words, you need to subtract the conflict from the roll. And I had 7 conflict. I rolled a 7, so it was 0.
Very nice.
oh, that's pretty good.
Yep. So, moving on. 0. Wink.
Speaking of buying gear, I bought 5 the mem sticks just for future use.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Awesome.
Cool beans.
Yeah, the new thing was posted.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
I still need to make one for every fourth Sunday. Which, speaking of, our next session is going to be the 24th.
Great.
All right.
How do I add item attachments to the armor?
That, let me see, was I think you would theoretically. I know we were having problems with the armor in a different game on Foundry, but I think you would just drag it on. Like basically, you open up the armor with the edit icon, and then I think there's an option to drag on
Yeah,
attachments.
Okay.
Let's see, armor.
Um,
Like what attachment are you trying to add?
the whipcord thrower. Because that's part of my actual commando armor that I have.
Yeah, I wasn't not able to drag that onto your sheet.
Yeah.
It's fucking
And
weird.
I can't do anything in the modifier to go ahead and actually add an item there.
Hmm. It's weird. Anyway, well, just to round it out, thanks all for showing, and like I said,
Mhm.
we'll play again on the 24th. Um, very good session.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah, it was
This
a
was
lot of
great fun.
fun.
yep,
Oh yeah.
glad to hear it.